Hey guys, welcome back. We are in studio about to do a spoiler talk. This is spoiler Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Guys, I'm with the crew. We're gonna get into some great stuff right now, but I'm gonna personally introduce to you who should I start with here? Let me go full mass here. Let me go full screen and get everybody up here real quick. All right. Well, I guess we'll start to my immediate left. We got the Fusion High podcast crew here with us. Introduce yourself and let them know where they can find you online.
This is Jeremy, Want to Have a Fusion High podcast.
And I am Chad, the other half of Fusion High podcast.
And joining us via Zoom, we got Ricky Buzz. Let them know where they can find you online as well. Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just introduce yourself real quick.
Yo, you can find me on Twitter at Buzz_QS.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to get into this Across the Spider-Verse spoiler talk. Let's talk a little bit about what we thought about the movie, our theories on what's coming up, all that good stuff. There's a lot to talk about. All right. Okay. I guess let's go around. How'd you feel about this movie overall? You just saw it.
This is the greatest Marvel movie out of all the new Marvel movies.
Uh-huh.
It's the best.
Uh-huh.
And I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was up there, but to me, this surpasses that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really love it. Man, I love this movie so much.
And what about you? How'd you feel about
I
it?
literally watched it like hours ago. It's a masterpiece for me. I dig it. I really dig it. And it was some lines in there kind of got me like,
Yeah,
it was a good movie, man.
Let me put the sound up because you already started off with the magic word. Like this is the first time here in the studio.
Yeah.
So he doesn't realize that he said the magic word.
Oh,
He said for me it's a masterpiece. So
For me,
anytime somebody says for me, like a Kardashian, I feel like for me.
Oh, don't be calling me no Kardashian, dude.
Jeremy
That's-
Kardashian, baby.
Oh, God.
What about you, Rick? How did you feel about that? You've seen it more than all of us. How many times have you seen this movie?
I saw it 3 times.
Dang,
man said
three
three
times.
Oh, my God.
Overall, so you hated it, huh?
Yeah, I went to go hate on it. No, I thought it was good. Honestly, it surpasses the first one for me.
For what? For who?
for me,
I get everybody with that because that's a common thing, man. Everybody always says it, and I know Ricky can't really hear it, but I'm gonna make sure that sound gets to you. So every time I push that for me button, here we go. Let me get this fixed up. There you go.
Oh, man.
So now you should be able to hear it. So I think for me it was good.
for me,
Hey, you have to say for me because you be like, you talking for everybody, you gonna get
You
trouble.
don't want to speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're here in the studio. I try to keep the fan off when I'm doing the show, but I already knew that with the 3 of us being in here, I know it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
I'm a sweater. You gonna see my towel. So we just gonna be like just like we at church. I'm like, there's a Spider-Man somewhere.
Hallelujah. Praise Spider-Man.
How you feel about that? That Miguel going across the mountain.
Yes, sir.
I really enjoyed this one. I was on the fence when I first saw it. Like, was it better than the first one? The second time I was like, no, yeah. I think I feel like for me, the music was definitely, the soundtrack was better than the first. That soundtrack from part 1 was
Man,
better.
so that was done by Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
So
You can tell.
so he did that soundtrack, and I don't know if you heard his last album, but it's fire. So
Yeah.
that's definitely gonna carry over into this movie.
Yeah,
It did.
I just felt like it. The first one a little bit was the first soundtrack was a little bit better, but this movie overall was better. It was superior to the. And people are asking like, not only is this like the best of those 2 movies, like is this the best Spider-Man movie of all time? Other people are like, is this the best comic book movie of all time? Where are you got? Who's on that one right there? Like comic book movie of all time. Is it the best comic book movie?
It's up there.
Is there anybody
It's up there.
Ricky
Top
is
3, top 5 somewhere.
it's top 5. Got to be definitely top 10, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Ricky, is anybody here on the panel? Is this the best comic book movie of all time? In your opinion?
For Spider-Man or
No.
just comic book movies in general?
movie.
Oh, it's top 3.
Top 3. All right.
yeah.
Top 3 for overall comic book movie. All right,
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie. Who here thinks this was just top 3 or top 5 or the
Oh,
best?
I think, honestly, if I'm really thinking about it, oh man, because whatchamacallit,
Marvel?
I didn't warn him about my sound effects.
I can't remember the last Spider-Man. I don't know why the movie's escaping me, but
Far From Home.
Far From
Yeah,
Home,
yeah.
that movie was
That was-
incredible. With all 3 Spider-Man being in
Yeah.
the same movie, like that's something.
That's how my
that
wife
happened.
felt
But
about
this
it.
was all the
But-
Spider-Man in the
This
movie.
had every Spider-Man.
Every damn
Every
stuff.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know
A
what?
video game was in
Yeah.
there.
Yo, right?
Yeah, you know, right? You know what? I'm gonna say it, man. It's the
Top
best
3.
Spider-Man.
It's the best.
Oh, it's the
Well,
best
the best?
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
It's the best
Wow.
It's
Spider-Man.
deep. Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
the
we
best
definitely. I still gotta wait and figure that out. Like
You gotta let marinate, huh?
Yeah.
I gotta let it marinate. It did so much, and I'm probably and I'm trying to regulate myself. Am I just on high because I just saw it, or is it actually the best Spider-Man movie of all time?
Well, didn't the last one win an Oscar?
The last one, yeah, for best
It's a
actor.
shoo-in.
Yeah, best. Oh no, this was gonna win.
It's a shoo-in.
Oh, this
I
game
don't
over.
care what
All
cartoon
the
was
other
about to come
animated
out.
movies,
Yeah,
just go ahead and
Yeah.
sit it out.
Because after Into the Spider-Verse came out, then I think Puss in Boots copied that style.
I bet
They're like,
they
oh,
did.
we gonna do ours just like that. Yeah.
I'm about to say, the Puss in Boots came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they did that. They
mimicked the
they
style.
mimicked that art style, and I remember before the first one came out, people looked at the trailer and looked at the style. They were like, they didn't know how to take it. Like, you're gonna try to bring a comic book to life. Or like, I get it, but how is that gonna look on screen? And then when we saw it, we were like, damn,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And in this one, we were, damn,
Man,
That's
I
what's
just so I don't know if you guys heard, but the chase scene.
oh yeah.
It took them 4 years to animate that.
I just read that Haley Steinfeld said that she read for that movie 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They had this in the can 4 years ago.
Wow. So the second movie already ready?
Yeah. No. She followed up and said she has not recorded anything for Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Really?
They have it written out, but she
It's
has
on paper right now.
Yeah, but
It's
they
on
haven't
paper.
gone to the studio to record yet. She said they finished recording Beyond and Into years ago.
Yeah.
But maybe Sony was like, we know these first 2 are going to be a hit, but before we start with the third one, let's see if they make some money, because we're not sure how people are going to feel about Oscar. Damn. Money. Okay, green light that third one. Yeah.
We just throw money at it.
I felt like after the first one was such a hit, Sony was probably like Tyrese from Fast and the Furious. Oh, we hungry. Hey, let's get that third one out. We hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said
Y'all think it's gonna come out in March next year, or y'all think they're gonna push it back?
Oh,
they
that's a good question,
said
dude.
it was supposed to be coming out in 9 months, right?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
9 months. Yo,
9
we
months.
don't have to
So
wait.
We don't have to wait. Okay.
Because I was like in the movie theater, like, when's it coming out? I gotta wait a year.
I also saw
Like the next Call of Duty
on
now.
Instagram that this is the fastest Marvel sequels that ever come out, like back to back.
that's-
So it's
that's
the
crazy.
fastest that Marvel's or Marvel related movies ever had their sequels like coming out back to back. But yeah, okay. So overall, we're like it's in the top 10, top 5, top 3 overall. One of us said best. It was good.
I think it's a consensus of all of us.
Yeah.
Well, did you say it's top 3 for you, Ricky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
It's
as a whole,
it's in the
we're
top 3.
And I don't know
All
you're
of
not
us.
in studio with us, but don't let us take over. Anytime you want to interject, just tell us to shut up. We'll you don't have to raise your hand. We good. Because I know sometimes it's hard to
Kind of like jump in. When you're not
jump
there.
in when you're not in. But
panels,
anytime we got you. All right. Let's try to go down as best as we can remember. Let's try to go down.
y'all two first because y'all the ones that seen it like later.
Yeah, I see.
I mean,
I've seen
earlier, I should say.
in the movie, okay, so the movie starts off. We're with Gwen Stacy when she's beating those drums up and kind of like recapping like her situation. We go deeper into her backstory, and that had me. I was wondering how. I mean, we already had a great backstory, Spider-Man story with Miles. What is, because I didn't read the comic book. I'm like, what kind of suffering could Gwen have gone through?
Oh, she went through it.
That with her father and being accused by your father of killing your best friend. Damn.
Yeah.
Like-
I read the Gwen Stacy, the Spider-Gwen comic. And it was very accurate when it came to the comic. And seeing that hurt in Gwen's eyes when her dad accused her, like looking at it in the comic, I was just like, oh my God, they got this. They nailed this down so well. And just her story of her becoming, well, they kind of touched on her becoming Spider-Gwen and things like that.
Yeah.
But her being in the band, extremely accurate. I was able to hear it, like with that crazy issue that they had with the sound in the movie. But yeah, they did a great job establishing Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen. They really did. It was much needed because she was a very integral part of this movie. So happy they did that.
I agree. I thought I thought the Uncle Ben thing and the fact, and whatnot was, and with Miles with his uncle, with his uncle, and but to be in a situation where, and we've seen Peter being accused by cops and having his run in with the law and stuff like that before, but damn, could you imagine if Aunt May was like hunting Peter Parker or something like that?
Yeah.
That's kind of how that's kind of how it
That's a good way of
felt.
looking at it.
I mean, it was exactly, because I don't know where Gwen Stacy's mom is at. I'm assuming she's probably passed. She wasn't involved in the storyline at all. We didn't even mention. I don't even think she even mentioned her mom in either movie.
No.
So I don't know
Especially
if you know what's going on with that in the comic book. Is she still?
So I haven't read all the Spider-Gwen comics. I've read like maybe like 6 or 7 chapters, and I'm not entirely sure what happened with her mom.
Okay,
but
I'm sure somebody knows.
But
Yeah.
in part with Spider-Man, she's probably dead because we know how.
Yeah.
We know how Spider-Man.
Well, you remember the movie said there's got to be a sacrifice for this.
Yep.
For this, So Miguel said, and I was like, "Damn, Miguel, you selfish in the mug."
Yeah.
God damn.
But we got Gwen established, and we got that backstory, and that was great.
At the beginning.
Then we got right at the beginning, they knocked that out. I remember seeing on TikTok this one dude was, it was one of those guys that's like kind of complaining how anytime it's not only focused on just all white people, then it's got to be woke and it's got to be complaining that the what's her name, Spider-Woman, Issa Eldra. Issa Rae's character. Like he was bitching about how you knew that cheesy line that Gwen said, like, "Can you adopt me?" was gonna come. Like he was having a
Wait,
problem.
he had a problem with that line?
He had a problem with. You knew that the black woman had to be given the praise. I'm like. And I'm like, dude, what's your argument that
not a good one.
that a black woman needs to be shat on or something? What's the argument? But
Yeah.
I had no. It was just one of those guys that
need to take it out.
Yeah, I had no problem with how they introduced Spider-Woman and brought that when Gwen's father came through. And was like, dude, when Gwen Stacy came through to save those people from that vulture that was glitching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Miguel came through and Issa Rae's character came through. Spider-Woman came through to help her out. And when her father was right there, and he tried to arrest her.
Yeah, he's
dude, Ricky. Ricky, when you saw him say, "You have the right to remain silent," dude. What was your response to that?
Oh, Ricky, please tell me.
I'm just like, there's no way you can be serious.
Yeah.
Like, really, you're about to arrest your own daughter, even though she just saved a bunch of people.
But the fact that he was thinking, dude, you killed your best friend. I'm assuming Peter was like a son to him.
Oh yeah, they were very close.
They were very close, and it's like in the middle of that confusion, you're like, I'm sorry, any cop in real life would have been like, get your ass out of here.
Why are you here?
Get your ass out of here. We're gonna talk
White,
about
black,
this later.
Latino don't matter. They like, get the hell out.
Even if I did think she had something to do with that, dude, like.
Nepotism would have kicked in.
Like, dude, he's damn, he a cop. Like, damn, my daughter's a serial killer. Okay, well, let's just take you to the police station. We'll turn you in.
You gotta turn yourself in.
Yeah, we'll turn yourself in. Like, I'm like, this is what he said. This ain't Dexter. I'm not gonna protect your ass.
Hey, but remember, like an hour and a half later after that, he goes, "I told you, go by the book." And that man did. When
he went.
I was like, "Yo, that's
like,
your baby."
But most cops in that situation
most
fathers.
Yeah.
I mean, it just made me feel like, okay, he's a true blue cop.
Yeah.
Like so I thought he was a dead man with the whole conversation with the cannon effect and stuff. I was like, this cop is so by the book. Oh, he gotta go. He's going. He's gone.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I thought he was in it.
It looked like it broke him when she unveiled the mask, and
I thought he was gonna turn straight villain.
He was rebooting, like he didn't know what to do. He's like,
I was like, well, he's the new Green Goblin. What were you about to say, Rick?
I was confused by the whole thing because it's like Peter Parker turns into the lizard, and it's like no witness came out and said, "Hey, a lizard attacked our prom," and Spider-Woman
right?
It's just like, oh nope.
It's like, oh no, yeah, you're in
villain.
that world. Well, when you got J.K. Was it J.K. Rowling? Is that
the Harry Potter.
no, not J.K. Rowling. J.K. Simmons.
Oh yeah.
When you got J. Jonah Jameson constantly
Give me pictures of Spider-Man.
beating you up in the press. It don't matter how many people you save. Like, arrest that motherfucker right now. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how many babies she saved. She guilty. So that you got the right to remain silent. You talking about him being broken?
Cold.
That instantly broke her.
Oh, absolutely.
She shattered.
That pissed me off.
You can see. And before I forget, there was something I said to my wife about this before she saw it, because she's not really into that much animation. She'll watch any movie with me, but when it comes to animation isn't really her thing. But she enjoyed this one more than she enjoyed the first one.
That's cool.
I told her there were some times when I was watching this movie. I don't know if it's just because of the IMAX screen or that I was watching, or how sharp of the 4K the screen was.
Gonna say.
So I forgot I was watching an animated movie at some parts.
Oh,
That's what there was some scenes where, and I'm not talking about when Donald Glover was on screen. I'm talking about when Gwen and the animation was so good.
Yeah, it was.
I forgot I was watching a cartoon until a horse was walking on the damn ceiling.
Okay, all right.
He said, "Oh well, we going there."
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
But am I the only one? I mean, there was some like facial movies,
I think
scenes.
that's a testament to one, the animation, and two, the story.
Yeah.
The story was just
yeah.
so great. Like, of course, we watch like when Spider-Gwen and Miles are sitting upside down, they're hanging upside down.
Yeah.
Talking about what they've been through.
Yeah.
Man.
That felt real.
It just felt so genuine, so real. Like,
I was asking myself, did they motion capture some of this, or is that just great animation? Because I know, like, even with old school movies, like from Disney, like Little Mermaid, the original Little Mermaid, for example, they did. They brought the actors in. They acted out a lot of those.
Really?
This was before they put all the dots over your body and stuff.
Yeah.
They got the actors to act a lot of things out, and then the artists would draw over that.
Wow.
That's how they were able to get the motion. I mean, that's a practice that's been done for a long, long time. But if I was waiting to see like some behind the scene footage. Like, there's got to be some behind the scene footage of Haley, is it Steinfeld, and of them acting these scenes out. But I still haven't seen it either. But maybe it is. But
right.
At certain parts, dude, I forgot I was watching an animated movie.
The one thing I would complain about the animation, my bad, was like the zoom ins on certain people, and on the sides it'll blur out, and it kind of had it like you'll watch it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Ricky? Yeah, it was like 3D. Yeah, like, am I watching a 3D movie?
Depending on what universe they was in, that was like the style of that universe.
And I was like, damn, man, like I want to see the background too, because like, you know, Easter eggs. You know, normally you see Easter eggs. So I was like, okay, let me try to check it out. But that is like the ambience of the scenario, the scene, and all that good stuff. So that's why I was like, damn, I can't see it. But like, it was a nice little zoom in though. Yeah. And, you know, of course, you know, centered on me. I'm sorry. You know, all that good jazz. Yeah. But otherwise, or I should say overall, it's beautiful. It was beautiful.
You just didn't get it. You just didn't get what Sony was trying to do. I will not sit here and let you talk shit about that blur.
Man, hey, and I think on that third one they gonna mass it.
True art, Jeremy.
They gonna mass it.
It's
oh my God,
art is subjective, Jeremy. Okay,
it is. And I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm not saying I didn't like the damn thing.
Like, you don't get my vision. But I didn't. Did that take you? What about you, Rick? Did any of that animation take you out, or how'd you feel about the animation overall?
I like the animation overall. Just the Hobby character, the one that's voiced by Daniel Kaluuya, the British one.
Oh yeah.
His was a bit staticky sometimes. That was a bit hard to follow.
Like his
you know?
like his animation would be like patchy a little
Way
bit,
different.
like his like the way they is that how they do the comic book? Like it's like, or is that a British thing? I was trying to figure out
It looked like a bunch
because
of
he's an anarchist, right? Because he's
yeah, that's what I feel like they were kind of paying homage to that.
like
Yeah,
he's
it
a
was a
punk,
bunch of
like
homages,
because
different
he's a
arts.
punk type character, punk rock and what. So that's why I was thinking that was about, like that's his style, and they would every Spider-Man from their universe, they would try to have a different,
Oh, it was
unique,
beautiful, man.
a unique style.
Lego Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Animated by a 14-year-old boy.
Get out, for real?
Yes, that just
Man.
came out. Yeah, Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, they
Rick,
paying
Rick, did
money.
you heard about that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my wife also looked into this, and this, from what I can tell, this is how it went down. This young man has been known for doing Lego animation on his YouTube channel for a while. And what he did was he took the Across the Spider-Verse trailer and he did a shot-by-shot Lego version of it.
Yeah.
Marvel saw this, or the director, they saw this, contacted him and asked him to animate a Lego. Because if I'm not mistaken, the director, I think, did he do one of the Lego movies? If I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to IMDb. I don't know if he has a a history with Lego, but or maybe just loves Legos. He saw this, asked him to come through, said, "Hey, make this scene for me, and we're gonna throw it in the movie." Now, I asked my wife. I said, he did a shot by shot of the Across the Spider-Verse trailer or the Into the Spider-Verse trailer, and she's read it twice. She's like, it says across. That means the trailer came out a couple months ago, and in between January to when this movie just came out, they contacted this dude, gave him a contract, paid him, he animated it, and they got it in the movie. Before the movie, so that scene wasn't even supposed
That boy
to be.
about to get an Oscar.
That boy, he's
about to get an Oscar.
He is 14 years old, just starting off in high school, about to be in the 10th grade.
Oh man.
For one, he's about to go to prom every year.
Oh
Yeah.
that boy.
Let's just get that out the way. He got a date.
Singing "Everything Is Awesome."
Yeah, he's got a date every year but he's got because they said that he did that animation with the equipment that he has in his house. He rivaled some people that have been in this animation game for years. That's the praise that the director gave him. They're like, that was all him.
Wow.
We didn't give him any. He did that by himself.
That's great.
I was like,
impressive.
This kid's he's got it. That's
He got a future. He got a future.
Oh, he's
know
out
that.
here.
Know that.
DC mad at him. I'm like, damn, we could have had his ass.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why couldn't it be Batman?
Let again.
I'm gonna Rick, let me let's reset it again real quick. Let's stop there and let's reset it before this thing kicks us off. Where is it? So I'm gonna end it and just go right back into it. But while that's
to do, damn.
Yeah, well, I can keep it on us for a minute. Just keep talking, and then when he pops back in, where is it at? Where's? Oh shit! Where'd it go? There it is.
Man, I'm watching you move, dude. You
put in work. Like you've been here before.
That's why I didn't want to do this live, because I knew that this was going to be a thing. Me and Ricky knew that we've been trying to work together again sometimes. So I didn't want to. I was tempted to be like, because I prefer in-house.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, but I didn't want to do that to him. I was like, nah, Ricky, because we've been trying to work together. Again, but now that we got it on just us three for a minute, we can keep it going. Just
wait on him.
So, moving on to what happened a little bit after that. I guess when we go to there he is. He's got right back in there. So let's get this back in there. There's a God somewhere.
I'm here.
There we are.
There you go. I'm just waiting for the image to pop back in.
There he is.
Should display. Is it gonna work? Oh, do I have to force it? Oh, there it goes. Oh, it glitched.
Ow.
Uh-oh. Or is it because I got it minimized? There it is.
Oh, problem solved. Problem
It
solved.
takes a minute to figure it out. Sometimes I'll be having it perfect. The other times the alcohol kicks in and I can't remember shit.
You drink on the job too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here at T3 Medias, we don't give a fuck.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah. I don't drink all the time. Only on the days that end with Y.
God dang.
Anywho, but we talked about Gwen Stacy. We talked
Yes.
about what moving on after that. What happened?
Animation. So speaking of animation, can I
Yeah,
put some more into that? So that being said, like, dude, the different styles of animation
Yeah,
throughout.
I got it behind you right there too.
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna scoot over here real quick. So the styles of animation of each Spider-Man, each Spider-Verse, or I should say Spider-Woman too, you know, to be fair, is, oh my God, with the soundtrack, everything to me was perfect. Like I said, I may have made that little critique, but that's very small, you know what I mean? And oh my God, it was just perfect. It was picture perfect. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And oh, that's cool. And oh, that's cool. And
It was all hitting you in so many,
Yeah, like-
so much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You know,
God, Sony, chill.
you know what it felt like? I felt like I was watching Everything Everywhere All at Once again.
Yeah.
No, right?
I was like, that's the only thing I can think to compare it to.
Yeah.
Great movie, bro.
Everything Everywhere All at Once set to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And people would always say that when you had Multiverse of Madness and then you had Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Everything Everywhere All at Once kind of handled the multiverse a little bit better in people,
Yeah.
a lot of people's opinion. And then I feel like this one surpassed Everything
Oh,
Everywhere All
yeah.
at Once.
Oh,
As far as the way they handle the multiverse
Yeah.
conversation, I think this is the superior multiverse movie
Oh,
so
yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Am I-
Absolutely.
But let's go move on to the story moves along, and when Gwen finally breaks the rules and goes to see her boo,
Oh, she gotta go see Babe, man.
She gotta go
Let's
see-
get
she went to go see
Spider-Man,
Babe.
hey.
I noticed something different between, because I like the way they threw that scene in. Like that was the ending scene of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And that was, and I thought it was going to be at the beginning of Across the Spider-Verse, but that was
Yeah.
like a little bit like 20,
Yeah,
30
into-
minutes
yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
I noticed the difference between both of those scenes.
What's that?
And Into the Spider-Verse, he was wearing an all white tee.
Okay.
And Across the Spider-Verse, he had his white tee was there, but they animated a jersey over it.
Oh,
It
yeah,
had
yeah.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
42. I noticed that the second time I watched
Oh.
it. The number 42, and that's we're obviously gonna talk about that
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
The number 42 was in there more time. It was
Yeah,
screaming.
the spider.
It was screaming
the
it
universe.
since day
Yes,
one.
since the moment.
Since
they
the last
showed it.
movie.
It's like we were just trying to tell
They
you.
were trying to-
Damn,
Man,
I ain't think about
I-
that.
let's fast forward a little bit real quick.
That's
The
good.
whole thing with the fact that Spider 42
Right.
was a spider that was taken out of the 42 Earth 42
Yes.
and brought to this Miles Morales, and he was bit by a spider from another universe.
Yeah.
And we saw, and I showed when I showed the first movie to my wife, because she had to hurry and watch it before we went to the movies to see Across the Spider-Verse. I was like, holy shit, that's why that damn spider glitched. I didn't even think about it.
We trying to tell you,
They
boy.
didn't say it.
Oh, what?
Y'all, did I just break that to you?
Yes.
Y'all remember?
I
Ricky,
rewatched
did you
this
remember?
now.
Ricky, you remember that spider glitching a little bit?
Yeah.
I just thought it was because it was filled with all that radioactivity.
Yeah.
But even when we were watching Into the Spider-Verse and we saw Nicolas Cage and Peter Porker and Gwen Stacy glitching because they were in the wrong universe, it never dawned
They're
on
not
me
in their
that
time or their
spider,
universe.
that spider
It's
was in
not
the
from
wrong
there.
universe.
Wow.
And they never they kept that quiet until
That's smart till this movie.
Dude, I never even heard anybody bring that up as a theory.
That's world building. That's
That's
how you
goddamn
build a
good
story.
world building.
That's how
That
you
means
do
that
it.
means Sony had a plan. This
Plan.
wasn't like the Star Wars Force
Lord.
Awakens and stuff where they were just going by movie by movie.
they
They
were
had
doing
a
anything.
plan.
Yeah.
So
oh, that's man. Yeah.
now you remember it now, right?
Yeah.
You
Oh, no,
remember
I
seeing that
remember
spider
it.
glitching?
Yeah, oh, I see it clear. As soon as you said it, I see it clear as day. I'm just like, I could not believe I did not even
It was-
think of that.
he had that coming to America moment. Where's the spoon? He's like, aha. Aha. He just had his spoon moment. There's a gun somewhere.
Hey, Pat Neswell.
But dude, it tripped me out that
It's glitching.
the lights the lights flickered for a second.
Oh man.
But I just wanted to, before I forgot, I wanted to talk about that a minute. But going down the time when we went to Miles Morales being lied to and being told that he wasn't gonna. Oh yeah, I'm getting ahead.
Yeah.
When Miles Morales first met with the Spot. Anybody want to talk about Ricky?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky first.
Ricky, real quick.
You go first, man.
What was your overall thoughts on the Spot?
I mean, like a lot of people have said, I've watched a lot of other reviews and people's reaction. I assumed honestly the Spot would be a minor character. I didn't think he would end up being a major character. But when he first came on, I was like, oh, he's going to be dispatched pretty quickly. He can transport and do all this stuff. I'm like, this is going to be a interesting ride.
I thought when I heard, I felt the same way. I felt like this is gonna be like a minor dude. This to me. I felt like I know he's a major character in the comic books, but I felt like the way they were gonna handle him, like he was gonna be a B or D list kind of a character.
Right.
And he kind of was. He wasn't ready to be taken seriously.
Giving me NPC energy.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, exactly. Like you not even you a subplot. You ain't nobody. But then when we later saw him again, and he started doing.
Man leveled up.
When he leveled up.
Oh, he was washing my.
He was fighting like wild boars on an RPG, bro.
Because
that's what he was doing.
That first fight with Miguel in that convenience store, it was just like I'm sorry, with Miles. He was like, haha, I'm your nemesis and stuff. But it felt like he was trying to convince himself that he was bad. He was trying to convince himself.
Because like he wasn't really even.
That's funny.
He wasn't even really evil, really. He was just in the beginning of the movie, he was annoyed and upset with his situation.
Right.
Yeah.
But by the end of the movie, he was pissed.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take everything from
Yeah,
you.
dude, like there you go. Right? Hey, hold on, let me get to your camera before it changes. I think it's on you. Oh shit! I missed it. I think I had it on you.
Yeah, spot.
There you go. I missed it. But he was pissed, man. He was. I got the cameras all wrong. Wait. Where's my camera at?
Where is your camera?
That's me. I usually have
but
to.
I go, man. So yeah, man, him trying to rob that ATM machine when he was like level 1. Let's call it like that. It's called like an RPG. You said, NPC. I like that, by the way. And oh my god, by the way, at the beginning, that was my favorite scene just because it was a lot of comedy behind it.
Yeah.
And like him, Miles fighting the Spot, and then
while Spot was trying to figure his powers out.
Trying to figure it out, and his dad getting in the mix, and then what was that? It was a duck or a goose in that mother. Like, what the hell? And it was funny, and then like,
dude, the little boy was like, I don't want to be Miguel. I don't want to be Spider-Man no more. Like this dude ain't representing. He ain't representing Brooklyn, right?
Real time, like, boo, this sucks.
What you about to say, Ricky?
I said his face looked so disappointed when he looked at it. I don't want this anymore.
Hey, you remember Stan Lee on part 1? Ain't no refunds. But that kid was hella disappointed. He's like, man, I'd rather be Spider-Gwen. Why fuck this?
Did y'all notice that? So the fight between the Spot and Miles in the beginning, it actually kind of mirrored the fight. Well, basically Miles trying to understand his powers.
Like some of the first movie.
The first one,
yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool comparison. Like the way Miles is trying to figure out his powers, he's still, even like in the Spider-Man game, the Miles Morales Spider-Man game, he's swinging around and doing things.
Yeah,
like
it was slow.
He's still trying to figure out his powers, but the Spot was the same way, but he just was a lot worse at it than
it was pretty funny, man. It was
but that was typical Spider-Man if you think about it, because
all of them.
It has that humor that Spider-Man has, of course, but also the amazingness and all the amazing, but like but basically it has him figuring out his powers and Spider-Man being Spider-Man.
You ever notice like through video games or the movies, like even like what's his name, Topher Grace, it's always like that. It's like every Spider-Man, even some villains, it's like they go through their trials and tribulations of like learning their abilities, like fly, and Miles like accidentally going invisible, or he's like using his electrical powers. By the way, we made this joke earlier, right? It's like every black person, like, who's a superhero, have electrical powers apparently.
That is true.
Somebody made that joke, and I was like,
That is true. Though.
Static
Why
Shock,
do
Miles
well?
Morales,
Static Shock.
Black
know,
Lightning.
I remember.
Black to the
I remember
man, apparently.
reading or hearing something that they explained why they did that to black folks. But I have to go look into it again. But yeah, but
Because we're electrified. That's why the Rock is the most electrified sports entertainer in wrestling to this day. You know, there you go. He's half black.
yeah. But and even Miles, they gave
He's
him
half black.
electrical power. But we moved on from when he met with the Spot and how he that line. He was like he told the shopkeeper, like, he's like, hey, you mind if I take this, bro? He's like, hey, you grab this dude.
Yeah.
It's on the house, brother.
Yeah.
And then when he didn't get him, he was like, hey, you gonna have to pay for that.
Hey, you sucking right now, dog. I'm gonna need that money yesterday.
Hey, right now before you leave the store.
you definitely got to pay, man. Like that reminded me of how Ant-Man got treated. At the end of the movie, it's like at first it was like your money's no good here. Then it was like, yeah, that's gonna be $3.99, man.
Plus the tax, and the New York
I was
tax
like-
ain't cheap, I bet.
Yeah, that had me laughing. But when we finally got into the mix and they learned that Miguel, when we met Miguel, that he did not want to bring Miles in, and they kind of kept on the wraps for so long, like about why.
That was a long.
I was like, it was a
time,
long time figuring out why he didn't want Miguel in, and then when we learned why later, but the introduction of Miguel, we went through a bunch of different Spider-Man, but the introduction of Miguel overall, what's in Isaac, Oscar Isaac,
Oh yeah.
Oscar Isaac playing Miguel, which would be he's the first actor in history to play 3 different Marvel characters.
Oh yeah, he's killing.
Really?
Apocalypse, Moon Knight, Miguel.
Well, we don't count Apocalypse.
Man, he
Y'all
hates
can
his
if y'all-
Apocalypse.
Y'all
by
can
the way.
if y'all want.
Man, he hates his Apocalypse.
That's not Marvel.
bro.
That's Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
He hates this Apocalypse, bro.
That was the before time. But let's get our thoughts on Spider-Man 2099.
Oh,
Especially that slow ass descent.
He's level 99.
Yeah.
No.
God damn.
So I know we're talking about Spider-Man, but what was that movie? Why can't I think? Oh, Black Adam, right?
Yeah.
So Black Adam, I don't know what y'all thought about it, but the one thing that I wish Black Adam would have done, this movie did. So they focused on Miguel being the villain. Because to me, he was a villain of the movie.
You think he's a
I
villain?
wouldn't say antagonist. Antagonist.
Antagonist.
Yeah. He was the
He's
antagonist.
the antagonist of this movie. I wish Black Adam would have did that instead of bringing in that random villain out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But that's what I loved about this movie is that
It's great writing.
I mean, he's trying to do the right thing. He really is, because he's just trying to keep the correct order. He saw the mistake that he made,
Right.
so he's trying to correct it. But Miles being Miles and saying, hey, you can't tell me my story. This is my story.
A 15-year-old boy, I get
Yeah,
it.
you can't tell me what to do.
And you know, because I was just sitting there earlier, a couple hours before we came here, I was talking to Chad, and I said, man, I see a lot of myself in, I forgot his name now, Miguel.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, because it's like, I'm trying to do that with my son. A lot of this movie I relate to as a parent, you know.
Yeah.
And Ricky, you a daddy, man?
Oh no.
He's like, nah, don't put that boot. Don't put
your
that
pull
boot
out.
on
Oh, your
me, Ricky
pull out
Bobby.
game must be impeccable then, bro. But anyway, so
not yet.
that being said, you know, we all fathers, and I kind of see myself, but you know, in like some of the
There go
the
Miguel
pieces
right
of-
there.
Yeah,
In the
there it
screen,
is. Some of the pieces of the movie, but like, if I would have done something like he did, because like I said, what he did when he explained it finally, he did something selfish. He did, you know, Rick from Rick and Morty stuff. Like I replaced the dead me, and you know, lived in this universe, but then that was a mistake, and he killed everybody. And he's like, man, I can't allow this to happen again. So that's why he's like, yo,
He's
fuck
past-
that. We gotta,
He's in his convictions. He's like, I've seen the universe get destroyed.
I can't let it
happen again. Like he's
So he
driven
became
by the fear of that.
Yeah, he became the leader. He's like, no, bump that. Any of y'all do this, I gotta stop y'all.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Maybe this is about the Spider-Man 2099 character. The camera zoomed in on something that they, for a split second, that they did not really go back to. The injection that he put into his arm.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
Yeah.
Is that a 2099 thing?
Chad, talk.
Or
talk.
is that,
Okay.
or because my theory, not knowing anything about much about the character, I thought because he said after that universe got destroyed, I found this other universe where they don't have a Spider-Man, and that's where our home base is, and I've decided to take. So I was like, okay, so is he using that wrist thing to keep himself from glitching, or is that injection keeping him from glitching? Is he injecting the DNA of somebody to keep himself from glitching? Because remember, going back to the spider, remember the spider bite causing the computer to think Miles would belong to Earth.
Oh snap! Yeah,
I thought
he went to Universe 42.
I thought, is that what Miguel is injecting himself with, or is it something else?
Okay, so I don't know. So think back when we first see Miguel in the movie. Remember when he's
a vampire.
He's basically going after. He does like that whole vampiric thing. Rah.
Yeah.
They never show it again.
If you read the comic book or if you played the games, you would know why he's like a vampire kind of a vampire type character, right?
Yeah. So the actual Spider-Verse comic is basically it's about these vampiric like creatures and they're killing the Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we get the Spider-Man society like how we have in the movie, and they're trying to stop this from happening. I feel like Miguel has something to do with that. Because you just being a random vampire out of nowhere.
Well, so he's not, because I don't remember, the only knowledge that I have on Spider-Man 99 is an old Spider-Man game. I don't know if you remember that game. On the cover, it had like 4 different Spider-Man.
Shattered Dimensions?
Yeah. I played that game. That's my only experience with him. And I don't remember anything about vampirism.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I stopped playing because I played Spider-Man Noir and I sucked at it because I hate sneaking missions.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Metal Gear Solid, how is that even possible?
I'll go.
I
ain't never sneaking Metal Gear. Pop, 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 pop. And don't give me that bandana. He's like, the whole forest on fire.
He said,
That's it.
I had a gun.
Exactly.
So the vampire thing, I thought, okay, either that is he inject himself to keep himself in check. They never really came. Is he injected? Is what he said about this is a universe that did not have a Spider-Man? Was that true? Or is he injecting himself with the DNA of the actual Spider-Man that's supposed to be there?
Think he's harvesting that Peter Parker or whoever, right?
Glitch. Or I mean, I'm just. Yeah, what about you guys?
So I'm still sticking with the theory that I feel like we're gonna see these vampires somewhat come up in the next movie.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you show this man being a vampire
and then not come back to it at all.
And never show it again. So because that's what happens in the comics. Like I said, these vampiric like creatures are killing the Spider-Man, taking their essence, their spider DNA, they're feeding on it.
So basically, your theory about when you said Miguel was the villain at first, and then I kind of was like, antagonist. You think it might be a chance that he's going to be the villain?
I think there's more to Miguel than we know.
You think ultimately he's going to be the villain?
I feel like Spot is. He's not in-game material.
No.
I think he's the catalyst.
He's the threat. He's a threat.
He's a threat. He's vengeful, though. He's very vengeful.
What about you, Rick?
Yeah, Rick, you gotta talk, bro.
What do you think about this theory? Miguel, villain or just antagonist?
Smoke, bro. Come on, smoke this smoke.
Well, no, when he injects himself, you see like a little spider symbol pop up real quickly.
Exactly. There was a spider symbol on it. So I thought he was injecting himself with the DNA of that universe's Spider-Man.
I gotta watch it again. God damn.
That is crazy.
Or somebody's DNA.
So why? But I'm thinking, like, why would you do that if you have that thing that can keep you from glitching?
Maybe.
Then.
Well, you can't risk the battery dying while you're going to sleep.
That's just a backup. That's just a backup.
That'd be a long way to wake up.
Oh, still, goddamn. You know?
Yeah. All right. Oh man. But I think maybe it's a backup. Damn. That's smart.
So if in that, which brings me to my other theory.
Okay.
Miles should not have glitched. I mean, I understood for the sake of the story that it was like we didn't know he was in the wrong universe at the end until he glitched for the first time.
Yes.
But if the computer thought your DNA was like so changed, from the spider bite, I felt like if the computer was like your DNA is so in line with Earth 42,
maybe why should spider powers for that universe, bro? Yeah. What spider powers? Think about it. Okay, so if Spider from Universe 42 bit you, maybe it goes based off of your Spider-Man powers from that universe.
But
something to,
I get what you're saying, but I just feel like the computer looked at his DNA and was like, your DNA is in line with this universe.
But maybe it's based off powers though.
But if you
Spider society, bro. Is a spider doing it too? I'm just saying.
I
know. It sounds weird, but
because the spider glitched when
Right.
it was in the wrong universe.
Right.
The computer, he was bit by that universe's DNA, and the computer thought he was from that universe, that Earth. So either I have two theories.
Here we go.
Either he's gonna keep glitching, and I'm just overthinking it, or eventually his DNA is like, you know how, remember on Man of Steel, where when he was a kid, he had to get used to Earth's atmosphere. He couldn't, he had asthma almost, he couldn't breathe, and then by the time he adjusted, he had years to adjust to Earth. I think there's a chance that Miguel is right, or right and wrong, or that Miguel is right, and that his universe, that Miles' universe could get destroyed. And he's gonna have to become the Spider-Man of that Earth where he's at right now, because he kind of technically they took away that
he said he's dead for what he said.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just quoting.
I'll tell you exactly what. And he's gonna have to stay there because I'd rather be in my universe is now destroyed. In this universe, my dad is dead, but at least I still have my mom. Either he's gonna become the Spider-Man of that universe, or he's gonna convince that his other self to be good, or he's just gonna leave and like deuces, I'm out. Get me out of here. I'm open to one of those theories.
Okay.
Am I Ricky? Am I off base on this? What do you think about?
What theories you got?
Or do you think that he's just the Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to begin and he's just going to get out, escape, and just leave, and we're never going to come back to that universe? What do you? Or do you think
I
my
think he's going
theory
to
is on the
probably try
money?
to get out. Probably try and get out of that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see more or less that, like, that universe is probably going to be trying to go look for people like an Aunt May or Peter Parker, like those type of characters. And then try and like piece stuff together.
Either by the end of the next movie, Miguel's gonna have to make a decision. Like maybe his universe gets destroyed, he has to adopt that universe. He's like, well, I'm already infected. That spider that bit him in part 1.
Right.
Spot said that they took that spider from from Earth 42, and it found Miles and bit Miles. In his flashback scene when he was talking, you guys just saw this yesterday and today.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I found out this on TikTok. Somebody was recording that conversation with their phone, and they slowed it down.
Okay.
Here's what you might have missed.
All right. Please.
In the middle of Spot's conversation, like I took that spider from Earth 42, and that's the spider that bit you.
Yeah, he did say that. I remember that part.
When
I made
for
you made me.
For a brief split second, it showed Ricky, you know what I'm about to say? Did you see this, or you know what I'm about to say? Okay.
No, I don't know.
All right, let me educate these fools. Okay. In that brief second where it showed that spider getting sucked out of Earth 42 and being brought to Miles' universe.
Okay.
That spider was crawling next to a boy with a pencil in his hand. Looked like he was in class with a pencil in his hand, sitting there with those braids that Miles Morales was wearing.
Now that was Lil Bow Wow, bro.
Yeah, Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow.
That's Shad Moss.
That spider was seconds away from biting him. He was that.
Watch it again.
I watched the TikTok and they freeze the image. It was a black and white drawing. But that spider was, all you saw was the spider getting sucked out of that earth.
Man.
And the person that was right next to,
was
a dude with those braids, was Miles. About to get, he was
Shad Moss.
He was 2 seconds away from getting bit. Which is probably, since destiny plays a big part, well, I couldn't bite my Earth's Miles Morales, so I found another Miles Morales. So he was always that evil Miles was meant to be Spider-Man.
You telling me that's why we got Bow Wow?
Yeah.
God damn.
So I guess since his dad died and I guess he turned evil. Yeah. He joined forces with his uncle. Yeah. But no, he was supposed to be Spider-Man.
I've been waiting this whole time to make that joke.
So say that again, Rick.
I was like, do y'all think that Universe's Prowler is gonna work with him or not?
That's my theory.
Yeah,
because he's like
Miles has like a couple of options. Either he stays behind and becomes that Earth Spider-Man since Spot technically took away their Earth ever having a Spider-Man. He convinces his doppelganger to become Spider-Man,
right.
or he finds that Earth's Peter Parker.
Okay.
Because in his Earth, Peter Parker was there but died, and he became Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If Miles was supposed to be Spider-Man in that Earth, and there is no Spider-Man, maybe there is a Peter Parker.
That would make sense.
Like what did Miguel call him? You're an abnormality. Ricky? What did Miguel call Miles? You're
anomaly.
Yeah.
You're an anomaly.
Yeah.
Okay, you've created one anomaly, create another one. Find that Earth's Peter Parker and find a way to get him infected with the spider powers.
Here's a theory, and I told Chad about this. So remember they were saying a captain got to die? Remember that?
Yeah.
There's a captain. Because remember, like, okay, the captain in the, what was it, Mumbai or whatever, the Indians.
He was supposed to die,
it was a captain supposed to die. Gwen Stacy's dad was a captain, right?
Yeah.
But remember, she said, okay, well, arrest me. He's a captain.
Wait, I quit. So I'm no longer a captain.
That's the technicality, right?
And I'm sure that's going to lead
into...
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, that's
right there. Miguel was wrong. We can change these things. Like, that's probably
what I was telling him when we were talking about that. I said, man, the only thing that worries me is that Miles' dad has such a sense of justice and wanting to help and do the right thing.
Right.
It's going to be so hard to get him to quit. Like, how are you going to make him
quit?
Oh, no,
he ain't quitting.
Yeah.
He like,
you see that part that ain't through?
Yeah, he like the rent's due and I gotta pay the bills. I ain't quitting that promotion.
That's James Evans right there.
Like Miles would have to reveal himself as Spider-Man to convince him to quit. But here's the thing: if the canon event thing is real. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't the next person who does take the job just die?
Yeah.
Like a captain has to die.
Well, at least it ain't my dad.
It ain't gonna be my dad. But the next guy who takes the job, he's gonna die, and then the universe will be okay. But
everything's right in the world.
But if Gwen has found a way to, and that was what somebody, I'll pull her up. There's another YouTuber, a girl on Instagram. Her name is Fantastic Frankie, and she's been lighting it up. She was pretty much saying that it's sad that Issa Rae's character and Miguel, other Spider-Man of color, was the ones that was selling out and trying to throw Miles under the bus. and she called Gwen Stacy a fake ally and Peter B. Parker a fake ally. It's like it was the only people that really had Miles' back was Spider-Bite and Spider-Punk, the two. And she called Issa Rae Uncle Tom.
Oh my God!
Why we gotta do that? See, I told you we need to stop changing these races of some of these characters, man. And this is why. And this is why.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah.
But Issa Rae did they all did blindly, kind of. I mean, Spider-Man is known for trying to.
Yeah, the best.
Dude. Green Goblin says, "Suffer the kids or lose the one you love." He still tries to find a way to save both.
Yeah, that's
Spider-Man always tries to save both. You give him a choice, he's going to try.
Yeah.
But almost every Spider-Man in all the universes,
they
all were like, nope, Miguel's right.
Yep.
I was like,
yeah,
really?
And they probably already witnessed that though. That's what I'm thinking too. Like,
but
at least a few.
Ricky, am I wrong about that? They all, but based on Miguel's word. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Based on his word, did any of these other Spider-Man see that
I know.
destroyed?
Only Miguel. And I'm gonna tell you why. Look at the end. Mm-hmm. Remember old girl, the black girl, and then Spider-Man Noir and other ones towards the end. They probably didn't witness that yet, and they like, Miguel, man, you tripping. Mm-hmm. But the rest of them, they probably witnessed that before, and I was all like, that's probably why you gotta. Well, I can't even say an army, a coalition of a Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I could think of with that, because like only a handful didn't see it. I would assume only a handful, but all of them, they probably like Aunt May or Uncle Ben or my dad, or a variation of an uncle or a captain. I've seen this already. I've seen this. Yeah. So Miguel, and Miguel seen this in a what's the word I want to use? It was a catastrophe for Miguel.
Yeah.
So that's why, like I said, he head hunter. Like I seen it.
Super Saiyan level. Next level.
Yeah, Super Saiyan level. But then like, all right, these people went, I feel you, Miguel, I don't want the same thing happen to my universe. But like, them handful of people that Gwen recruited for her army, they probably haven't witnessed that yet.
Yeah.
Something. I mean, that's a theory I have.
But they also have a belief in Miles too.
Yes.
And Miles has done so much. They're like, we have to save Miles.
Yeah.
We can't just leave Miles
Yeah.
out here stranded in another universe, even though it is his own. We can't leave him stranded. So we have to go save him because Miles has done the impossible once already in the last movie.
Yes.
I would think even if Miguel was, upset with Miles and all that stuff, that when they figure out that they accidentally sent him to the wrong universe, they got to go. But obviously, it's going to be the core group from Into the Spider-Verse that's going to be the ones that go get him. Right. I believe that even if Miguel, I meant to say Miguel, even if Miguel was the only person who realized that he accidentally went to the wrong universe, that he would try to go get him and help him out. But he would still try to lock him up because he knows that his mission is to try to stop his dad from being killed.
Right.
But so I'm right now. If Miguel is really the villain, whatever hero mask or charade that he's trying to put on, that mask hasn't slipped yet.
No,
if he has a secret, it hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh no.
Because I'm with you on that. I think at first I was every time somebody said because you're not the first person to go no Miguel was the villain, and I would be like I pushed back. I was like no, he's the antagonist because he in his heart he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Right.
But now after I thought about it, I think you might be right. I think it's going to turn with the whole vampirism thing and the secrets and stuff. I think it's going to turn out that he is hiding something and he might be the main villain because it's too easy to make, and I love the way Sony is writing this. With the whole thing, how we didn't figure out that Spider was from another universe.
Yeah. Right.
They're throwing it in our faces that Spot is the main villain. He's leveling up.
Yeah.
He's the main villain.
Right.
He's too much of he's just angry.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the thing that the tool or what do they call it, the MacGuffin, to fix everything. I think Spot is going to be the thing that they're going to use.
Because they did it in an animated series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember watching that. Spot he helped at the end of the animated series. Like he was like this villain,
he's actually the thing that we need to fix everything.
And he fixed stuff, man. Because using the same powers and same kind of technology.
Exactly.
So that's how it was on the movie.
So
TV show.
I think halfway through Beyond the Spider-Verse,
right,
it's going to look like he's going to level up to the point where looks like he's going to destroy everything, and then they'll finally talk him down. And then he's gonna be like, okay, I'll apologize. I'll help you fix it. And then Miguel's mask is gonna slip.
Yeah, he's like,
and
no,
then,
I'm gonna kill people.
It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a mystery.
Gonna be the next one.
You might be right. He might be the villain.
I just see it.
But real quick, let's reset again. I didn't realize we were going through 30 minutes that quick. But
it gets like that. When you have fun, that's why it goes, bro.
Let's reset real quick. But
we have done 2-hour episodes.
Oh yeah.
It's like whoops.
And that's when we like talk to people too, man. We have done 2-hour episodes.
But I think I think you might be onto it. I'm you're probably right. He's hiding something.
Chad can't convert. He can't convert.
And he's gonna be like that type of villain that's like kind of like Thanos, like, oh man, you're out of line, but you're right. Like what you're trying to do, we get, but you're going about it the total wrong way. And we've already seen that. He's kind of selfish in a way. He has a selfish tendency.
I mean, he's laser. I mean, it was sad when we saw that flashback of that universe getting destroyed and his daughter disappeared. It was sad, but it's like, but dude, something like that. We've seen this before. When you're in that situation, you're too laser focused and you're blind to any other possibility. Gwen is saying, "I have a gut feeling." Spider bite. Who doesn't know Miles from anybody? It's like, I have a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Everybody's gut is telling them. Like, even Peter B. Parker was like, I don't know, man. Like, like even Peter B. Parker, who was like, dude, I don't even know how I can let you convince me. That's my pupil over there. That's my boy.
Way, he's the baddest motherfucker around because he did all that, some high slippers in a pink robe holding his baby. Man. That's some gangster shit.
Yeah,
that's some gangster shit.
Peter B. Parker still holding it down,
man. Middle-aged pops.
She in a robe with the little baby thing on, just tearing it up.
He
we
was
were missing the sock too. I don't know if you noticed that. That baby was missing the sock that whole time. I say, because I had a son. I did the same thing with my son. I was trying to get a job and help my baby, and he was missing the shoe. And I was like, oh, fuck. God damn it. So like I told you, I see a lot of myself in this movie sometimes, man. It's crazy. Man, it's fun. I love this movie. I love this conversation.
Let me. I'll get ahead of us for Beyond the Spider-Verse again.
Okay.
Here's my other theory. That Miles being tied up the way he is ain't we know that ain't nothing for him.
Oh yeah, we already.
We saw him testing
Yeah,
Ricky knows. We saw him testing it out. But beyond that, we know why. We know why and what he's going to do. You saw it already before, Into the Spider-Verse. What did his mentor say? Lesson number 1: look at the mouth. While you're looking at my mouth, you're not looking at my hands. He had Peter B. Parker tied up to that same punching bag and tied up.
Oh yeah.
And now he's tied up. He gonna get out of there like, my mentor. You think you got me?
First 5 minutes of the next movie.
My
mentor taught me. Look at the hands. like he gonna get out of that. He gonna get out of that in the first 5 minutes.
He gonna beat up Bow Wow.
He gonna beat him up.
He gonna beat up Bow Wow, man. I'm telling you.
I know that Beyond is gonna start off with him just like humoring them, like, and
that's gonna be.
But that's the question: is he going to somehow convince? Because Evil Miles was like, oh, you worried about that's your dad.
Yeah.
Like,
He let him know, like, nah, Miles been gone.
That Miles and that uncle have never been introduced to any of this multiverse stuff.
No.
They pretty much accepted like that there's another universe out there. Like it was no. I'm sure we gotta get into it.
You kind of got accepted when your other Miles looking.
You got it.
Oh, you mean, boy?
But I mean, but if it was me, like, dude, if there was another me in my house, I try to whoop his ass too, and I probably tie his ass up too.
I know why, because he got hair, huh?
But exactly, right?
Like, give it to me.
I'm just messing with you.
I'm with you, bro.
All right.
Give it to me.
You gotta go, man.
Oh damn!
But if the second he said I'm from another universe, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'd be all ears. I'm like, damn. And when he said, oh, so in your universe, our dad is still alive, huh? I thought that was the opening. Okay, maybe you might be able to reach this mile. And then the next sentence, nigga, that's your dad. My dad is still, my dad's dead. Like, damn, man, this dude gone.
Yeah, he far gone.
Like, he didn't even want to entertain any kind of talk.
No talk about jutsu on that.
So here's my question. Ricky, I'm gonna start with you. How do you think Evil Miles Morales' dad died?
Ooh.
Yo,
his face is priceless,
bro. Since the whole like we're shown like a little background of like the city where the mural and all this. It looks like it's crime infested, so probably maybe got shot. Responding to hugging or something.
I think his brother killed him.
That's my theory. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's always close to the family. These things. Yeah, it's always.
I mean, he's still. Because it's all about family. He's still giving money to the mom. The mom doesn't seem to know what's going on. Yeah. She was like, I gotta go work another shift, but thank you for this money.
Yeah.
And he still either Prowler killed when the uncle was Prowler, and maybe that's what made him stop being Prowler. He's like, damn, I feel bad a little bit, but I ain't gonna tell you why. Yeah. I'll let you become the Prowler, and I'll raise you like my son.
Yeah. Ooh.
When do you think his evil uncle realized that wasn't his nephew? When he saw the braids, or when he hugged him?
Probably when he hugged him. Cause he's like,
you took your braids, like, man,
you
uncle,
miss me.
Like, nigga, I just saw you yesterday.
I know you I watched you choke 2 Rockwallers this morning.
Yeah.
Hell no. You like good.
Time up.
But the whole thing, like, so I'm assuming in their mind, they were like, okay, we got an imposter, this dude. But the second he started talking about, thank you, Jeremy. We got a new subscriber. Appreciate you. He goes, okay, you from another universe. Oh, damn. That's an interesting conversation for me. I'm gonna still have you tied up, but tell me more. Tell me more about So, my other theory.
Okay.
Is he gonna convince his other half to turn good? Maybe there won't be a Spider-Man in that universe, but maybe the Prowler might be a hero of that universe. or is he gonna have to become the Spider-Man of that universe?
See, I like what you were saying before because I feel like Uncle Aaron killed the dad. That's what I feel happened.
Sense.
So I feel like Miles is gonna maybe expose to the other Miles that, hey man, this Uncle Aaron isn't what he's cracked up to be. This is what he did to your dad.
Yeah.
And that's going to maybe be the catalyst to convince that Miles to change because I don't see him just changing by being talked to.
I mean, that like I said, that spider is showed in that background. That spider was meant for him.
Yeah.
He was meant to be a hero, according to Spot's flashback scene. So, yeah, maybe he's either he's going to convince his other half to turn good.
You convinced us to even stick with that theory, like you said about like how that Miles 42, I'm gonna call him Miles 42.
Yeah.
That probably kill his dad. I mean, kill his father.
I mean, because I mean,
that's a good ass story.
It's like I love our uncle too.
Yeah.
But before our uncle died in my universe, he was about to kill me.
Yeah.
So you don't think it's possible that he probably killed our dad? Like, dang, like this dude was a root.
And you, if you feel like it, if we just get the inkling to do so.
I mean, the second. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know. We're not like he didn't. I don't know. In the first one, we're shown like his uncle's like cool, but then he also has a dark side to him.
Oh,
but this one in that universe, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like more or less he could probably build the stuff.
They seem like he took like the mentor role.
Yeah, you can tell.
But I feel like he probably passed the Prowler torch on to that Miles 42. But when that reveal, when you realize you were in the wrong universe, the second that door opened and we heard that Prowler music, that hits, man.
The music,
that sound effect.
It's like,
that hits.
Danger.
Another thing I wanted to mention too, like small, I guess Easter eggs. It's weird. You notice that it said PDNY.
Yeah,
it said NYPD.
My wife noticed that too.
Yeah, I told my wife, why does it say PD? I said Police Department New York.
It did that in Into the Spider-Verse because he was on a megaphone like freeze PDNY and Joy was like PD.
I didn't even hear it. I just read it.
I didn't hear it. I was like, damn. So I was like, yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Not to get off on topic, but
he said it in Into the Spider-Verse, and then I saw it that it was written on the badge PDNY, like backwards ass universe. Well, they spell Coca-Cola with a K over there too. So
well, you have to.
I noticed that in the comic book when Miles Morales was first created. I bought that Ultimate comic book.
They had to.
And I noticed that in the Ultimate universe, Coca-Cola is spelled with a K.
You had to. Cease and desist. Yeah, because Resident Evil 2, same thing.
Yeah, Nick Fury's black. So things are different over there in the Ultimate universe. So yeah.
This is the only way you can get away with this shit, actually. Spider-Man, the multiverse, man. That's the only way, like, people can be black, people can be white, or whatever. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I hate that sometimes. And in some of these movies, like I always go at it with Chad here.
We just had a debate about that today.
Oh my God, we did. Like Resident Evil, like Lance Reddick, God bless the dead. I did not like the fact that he was Wesker because for 25 years he's always been this dark color wearing, blonde hair, white dude who wears sunglasses at night for 25 years. That's been established for me. And then like he's black. I'm like, no, he's not. He's white. I'm sorry, he's white. I mean, and that's how I feel. And that show sucks, by the way.
But it's like I was telling you before.
Right.
To me, it doesn't matter with fictional characters.
Yeah.
But like, don't try to like have someone Martin Luther King and all of a sudden he's white. Like we can't do that. And it doesn't make sense.
That's the argument I always get. I hate hearing that argument from people who hate like race swapping because they always use that as the excuse. Well, okay, well then what if we hired Tom Hanks to play Martin Luther King? Then that's dumb because Martin Luther King was real.
I would never use that in my argument. I like race swapping myself sometimes too.
But when you say, I'm sorry, I mean you might because where will we stop? Then if you work at Walmart and you have a little black boy who loves Superman, who buys a Superman costume, is the cashier gonna look at him and go, "Sorry, little boy, your black ass don't belong with this costume. You're gonna have to be something else."
What in the fuck?
The Black Panther costumes are over there. like no, I'll be damned you gonna tell my son that.
Exactly.
So these are fictional characters.
Yeah.
Now if the little white boy, little 5-year-old white boy found at Party City a Martin Luther King suit costume, I'd be like, oh, that's nice, but I would look at his mom and dad, be like,
Hell
you ain't
no.
gonna. No, I'll be like, no, he can do it. I'll be
Really?
like, okay. I'll be like, oh, that's nice, good for you, little boy. You ain't gonna paint his face, huh? Right?
Yeah.
and the mom and dad be like, no, we ain't gonna do that. Okay, good for you, little boy.
By George, we would not.
Continue.
Now, exactly. Yeah,
I'm just
proceed.
weird.
Yeah, proceed.
It wears me out, man, because like even my wife, like, because I had this conversation with Chad, I had this conversation with my old lady, and like she was like, "But what about what's that one movie, Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston?" And I go, times are different, and that's me. That's me. And, you know, don't take no offense with what I'm saying with all this stuff.
I'm taking full offense. No,
go ahead, take offense. That's fine. But I can explain. Yeah. You know, with that being said, I was like, nah, because times are different. Times to me are weird today. So that's what I'm saying. Like me and Chad talking about, he said, but you just said you love this and love that. I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah. The only reason they got away with that, in my opinion, that I'm like, she should have been black or he should have been white. It's because it's the multiverse. So I was like, I'm cool with that. I can't bitch and won't complain. The way they wrote it in is great. I love it.
I mean, in Far From Home, they said it. I thought you always helping out the poor people. I always assumed you might be black, and then Andrew was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry." Hey, and then what did he say? Hey, you know it's cool. I got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere. They were for. He did everything but look at the camera. Like, all right, but. So that was pretty much setting it up like, hey, Across the Spider-Verse coming in 2023.
By the way, speaking of that, they had Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in this movie.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I cannot believe that.
And by the way, out of all the three white boy Spider-Mans, Tom, Andrew, and Toby, I'm Andrew is the blackest out of the three.
He said this is his show, so he can say it.
If I had to choose a black Spider-Man from those, if those were my only three choices, Andrew, that's my black.
Because he got the most struggle.
His struggle was crazy.
His struggle, I know. Toby lost Uncle Ben. Tom lost his aunt, and we didn't see. But Andrew snapped his own girlfriend's damn neck. Yep. He went through some hard times. Yeah. When he was pulling her back up, I swear I felt like he was singing. Days never ending, master got me working. He struggled.
Yeah.
Dog,
he the blackest out of all three of them. But
man,
that's what we.
And it's funny that you say that. Saying on topic somewhat, man. I always, ever since I was a little boy, right? I always thought that Peter Parker was a black guy. I ain't gonna lie. And the reason why I say that because I was all like, man, that dude trying to hold a job, he raised by his auntie, his uncle died, his boss is an asshole. He trying to keep a relationship with Mary Jane. That's always hard to do. Like, well, you might be cheating on me, nigga. All that stuff. And his last name was Parker. I was like, he's black, bro.
Ricky, like, damn.
He's black.
Like, they might as well name him Peter Johnson.
Or Jackson. Jackson.
But dude, Todd McFarlane. I remember on behind the scenes of Spawn, when the Spawn series was out on HBO. He always, on an interview, he always said when he worked at Marvel, he always had a problem with the writers always making Spider-Man, the way people talk to Spider-Man, as if everybody knows he's a good old white boy. Because his face was completely covered from head to, the skin was covered from head to toe. So he was like, this was in the early 90s. He's like, why do we keep writing these stories like everybody just assumes that they know that he's a good old white boy? Yeah. He said that he pitched this idea to Marvel, but they never went for it. He said, I always wanted to do a story where he could do the stereotypical thing where a white guy in Wall Street or whatever gets mugged by a black dude in the alley. Spider-Man comes down, webs the guy up, and then the Wall Street guy would be like, damn, I hate them freaking niggers or something like that. Right. And then Spider-Man would push the guy to the wall and be like, what color do you think I am under this mask? And then the white guy be like, oh shit. But he said Marvel never let him do it. He said he's always wanted to do that kind of a story. But nowadays, they would do that. They would do that. Nowadays, Miles would be like, pull the mask halfway through. Say that again.
You were saying?
Them freaking
nice little Venom shot?
Yeah. He said, matter of fact, I think this dude does deserve your wallet. Give it back to the bad guy.
What's your name? Tyrone.
Yeah.
Here, Tyrone. Go buy you something pretty.
Oh, but
Rich motherfuckers.
Get people back on track.
Yeah, we show a whole different tangent.
What India? Spider-Man of India.
That was cool.
Was it Portrayal Piakar or I know it was a play on. It was a play on Peter Parker.
I can't pronounce that. Say my life.
I don't want to be.
I
I
can't
remember.
Spider-Man.
I thought I could maybe try.
What's his name, man? You got his name?
What was his name? You got his
No,
name?
I'd say.
Okay,
Indian
I'm not
Spider-Man.
gonna try to say it.
Yeah,
That
that was nice.
I enjoyed that whole segment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
yeah.
the animation was pretty freaking fly.
Yeah.
And like he had a little spinny thing with his webs and like how he
Yeah.
did. Man, his style was fucking
do
phenomenal, bro.
Do y'all know who voiced him?
Who?
Ricky, you know? Old
No.
boy from Deadpool.
Yeah, he's playing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the cab driver.
You know he was
for
on
real?
the same guy
Yeah.
that was on Pokemon. The first guy that he was hanging with, the Indian
Yeah.
dude when he caught homie caught the Cubone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That
Oh,
whole
wow.
conversation when he was like,
I knew who it was. That's not his
was it T's? What do you call it? Was something T?
Oh,
Chai.
Chai T, yeah,
He's
Chai.
like-
He's like saying
He said
TT.
You saying TT?
That shit was
T-
funny.
Yeah.
Dude.
I was screaming.
I have
I was like,
look.
what?
Okay, so in my early 20s, after the war in Iraq happened, I worked for the military overseas in Iraq for
Really?
some years, and our subcontractors was a lot of guys from India. They subcontracted
What,
for a lot of people from
what
India.
was it, working for? Cause I
For KBR Halliburton. That's what I was-
Halliburton, yeah. They call it something else now. Something with a D. I forgot it was Dynacorp.
Dynacorp is
Yeah.
another company.
I'm
yeah.
Army. That's why.
So I went when I was working over there. A lot of the Indian subcontractors, like they taught us chai, gurum chai, hot tea, pani was water. Like so, when he was talking about, it's not you don't say chai tea. That whole conversation.
That's real?
I had that conversation.
Oh my God, 'cause you stupid American, you said
You
TT.
said TT.
You ignorant bastard.
technically said, so when he was like, I was like, I had that same damn conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Dude, I had that same
And it's
conversation.
funny 'cause
They
I-
educate you, yeah.
I met a lot of Africans in Afghanistan. That's
Yeah.
when you said you met a lot of Indians. I met a lot of Africans
and,
that cooked out meals.
My brother worked in Afghanistan.
Really?
It wasn't Nigeria. It was
Like Somalia? Because I know some Somalians there.
it was,
too.
but there was some there was some foreign nationals from Africa too. But
Right.
but yeah, the whole conversation in
TT.
India, and when we got to that canon event
Right.
when the father died. Now
Oh yeah.
you interrupt, you cause a disturbance.
Mm-hmm.
Then all those Spider-Man came out like it was like an episode of Loki.
Yeah.
And they
And
started zapping everything and fixing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so if you can fix it,
Like,
then what we fighting
like
for?
fix it. Like,
Well,
it's
no, they
over.
said they could
Movie
maybe
over.
try to fix it.
They
They
were,
said maybe they'll try to fix it.
yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
So they were gonna
Easy.
try to sit there and contain it.
Right.
Okay, so
But that's a job, bro. I get why it's like, okay, why cause it? We know the cause of it, why cause it. We got to constantly do this Ghostbuster routine or whatever you want to call it. You know,
I know it'd be a
fixer upper.
pain. Yeah, it's not
That's
a
a
guarantee. Yeah,
job.
there's not a
Yeah,
guarantee
and
that
like
we
you
can
said-
get all the Spider-Mans
Yeah.
to come help.
Yeah.
But
Or they could fix it, period.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, does it take?
I get the
does it
yeah.
take every Spider-Man with those proton packs to do it?
I like how you like took my joke. That's awesome. Proton packs. I was just saying some stupid random shit. That's funny.
But I mean, but so if there's a way that you can disrupt a canon event,
Right.
and I like the fact that they use the word canon. Like
Yeah,
the way we
yeah,
That
that
is
was nice.
smart.
I was
yeah, that
like-
was smart. I like, yeah, they listened. Yeah. So, okay, so then why is Miguel ignoring? If there's a chance, then why are you ignoring Gwen and everybody's gut feeling? If there's a chance, he's so focused on no, he's an anomaly. No, I can't risk that. You know, no, like he was like no, like what? Like that's why I'm coming back to your theory. What the hell are you hiding?
Because he's a vampire. He wants
Or-
to fight. He wants to fight Miles.
Or to stick with the story that we know. I'm not chancing nothing that I
I
already
can't
know.
chance it.
Yeah.
You know, just stick with
Yeah.
the story. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
Maybe-
I've
Chad got it.
seen a universe get destroed. I can't
Yeah.
because in his
I know this.
when the algorithm, and I like the fact that the algorithm got offended.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like because you listen to some algorithm, you say, oh, hey, that computer, like, oh, watch
Hey,
your
it
mouth,
is what it
man.
is.
Hey, I'm right here.
But in her example, she was like, because if it happens to one universe, the Spider-Verse is so interwoven,
Yes.
it could cause a chain reaction.
Yeah.
I like that because they were talking about, well, how come if it's connected with Amazing Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, how come when Tobey and Andrew came to Tom's universe, how come they didn't glitch? I'm like, well, because it's technically not really connected. I mean, they were able to use that footage because Sony owned that footage.
You're a freaking baron here. Let's calm down.
You're getting, MCU has different multiverse rules. Sony obviously has their own rules. But if my theory is, okay, let's say that they're all totally connected.
Right.
Here's why nobody glitched in Far From Home. Magic. Because they were brought to that universe through a magic spell.
You're right.
They weren't brought to a universe because of the what was that machine called? That collider.
Yeah.
They weren't brought in through a collider. They were brought in through magic,
not science.
So that's why I fixed it.
Yeah, there you go. Look at you,
Look
man.
at you. You smart in the mug. God damn.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, ain't you?
Anytime there's a question, how come that hurt Superman? Magic.
Yep.
No, it's true though. You're right.
That's not kryptonite. Magic. Yeah. But how come I can't drink out of that water fountain, white man? Why does it say whites only? Magic. No, racism. But
I love this.
But that's why. So that's why they were able to show people not glitching in Far From Home. So the multiverse. And they showed that same tree, that timeline thing. They showed
out,
So they showed that it's kind of connected. So is it the same multiverse of madness that Doctor Strange was dealing with? Because Miguel mentioned Doctor Strange and stuff. Or are we in another situation like?
I want to say
it's all connected.
But do you remember when
that's gonna be cool when they do it.
Remember when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was still on? Mm-hmm. How that producer of that show was trying to connect it to the MCU.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige was like, no, you're over there.
Well, I never understood why they did that because
they had beef.
They were doing it in the beginning.
Kevin Feige had beef with that dude. He was technically under him as far as rank, and he was trying to make it a connect. Like Kevin Feige had his plan. And the guy that was in charge of the TV stuff, the Netflix stuff and the TV stuff was trying to connect it. So he's like, no, because if you do something on those TV shows, like let's say a nuclear bomb went off on Daredevil Netflix.
Right.
Now I gotta have a nuked New York in my movies. No, he went straight to Bob Iger and said, I'm making you almost $1 billion per movie. Why am I listening to this dude that's only making you TV shows? And Bob Iger was like, you're right. You no longer answer to him. You now direct. Then Kevin Feige was, I forgot that guy's name, but they had beef.
Wow, he did not know that.
He did not. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. acknowledged the movies all the time. The movies never acknowledged the TV shows.
Yeah, because I always thought at Endgame, I felt like, okay, they're going to show up somehow, some way to try to help. I always look for that. But even like in the later seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they kind of really stopped referencing them.
And on the Netflix series, they never said the war in New York. They said the incident.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige did not want him. They referenced all the time. Funny. But the movies never acknowledged.
It's funny. I just not heard about Kevin Feige's name because of She-Hulk. Believe it or not.
Really? You was?
I hate She-Hulk, by the way. But
I'm hoping that Kevin Feige, because I know he won't do it, but I'm hoping that he feels that void that we're missing with now that Stan Lee is gone. Like he becomes more of a presence, and maybe when he's older, maybe he'll do cameos like the way Stan. When he's
just not like how he did in She-Hulk.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Kevin Feige is not an on-screen
And
dude.
you heard about it. That
really
whole scene, right? You heard about that. I know he was like the Spider-Man part, but the thing was like. He liked the idea of him being an algorithm AI.
Kevin.
The one thing he did not like about it, and that bitch. Never mind. I'm sorry. Kevin on there was the hat. He was like, "That's stupid. Why would you have that on there?"
Well, because we have to because you wear a hat all the time.
Yeah, he does. And that's what Jessica Gal.
Yeah,
I don't like Jessica Gal, by the way, because the way she acted with that, and she was like, "Well, if it's not gonna be on there, then I'm gonna quit." I'm like, "Bitch, why are you still here?" If I was Kevin, I'd be like, "Go, tally ho."
It's like I told you. There's so many directors and people. There's sensitive.
She wasn't that good at writing no fucking way. That show sucked.
Well, the show was
That show fucking his ass, bro.
The show wasn't good. But she got to that point.
Rick is like,
Misandry.
I thought we were here to talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, my bad. She didn't, and I'm glad she didn't write it either. There we go. Back. Yeah, see how full circle. She didn't write the shit because she sucked.
That was
What I'm curious about is in Gwen's world, Peter Parker becomes the Lizard. So is there another world where like Peter Parker just becomes Venom? Like that'd be interesting to look at.
Ooh, that would be nice.
That'd be a good introduce.
They showed some black suit Spider-Man in that lobby.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely did.
There were some black suit
so many.
Spider-Man.
I gotta rewatch that.
I saw a black suit Spider-Man out there. I saw one.
Man, there was some thick Spider Women.
I was hoping that they would show Venom a little bit, maybe one of them. But I did see a black suit Spider-Man out there. I did.
They did show like Venom's universe though when the spot was going through.
Yeah.
He was in,
Which that was pretty cool.
I'm not gonna beyond the Spider-Verse. I think we're going to get a proper Venom mention. If at the very least, Venom mention is probably going to happen in the next one.
Yeah, because like Ricky said, they had the Venomverse in this movie, so there's no reason like they have to put it in there. Yeah, you have to.
Now going towards the back towards the end of the movie where we talked about India, we got up past that. Now that chase to when Miguel was able to sucker all the Spider-Man out of that spot. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I did not think Miguel had a plan at all. Miles had a plan. I'm like, dude,
Miguel was just chasing.
You just running. That's all you doing. Like, this is your plan? Run. Like Peter, your mentor was like, dude, you can't just run.
It's weird because he knew where to go. Because like he was like lifting stuff and he was talking to Peter and he was like, hold my baby. And he was like, dude, I ain't got time for that shit. Like, it's weird. Don't do that. Yeah. He was like, hold my baby. I'm like, no, I gotta. And like, meanwhile, all these Spider-Man coming through and then. Oh, you tricked me, you mother! Gotta go, and he just fell down, and he felt good. He felt perfect, and the other Spider-Mans, like some of them made it, a lot didn't.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I think both of those movies acknowledged pretty well that Peter B. Parker is technically, and I think even Miguel kind of acknowledged it, that he is the quintessential Spider. He is the Spider. Because even though Miguel was annoyed by Peter B. Parker, he still was like, he pretty much was talking to him like, out of all these Spider-Man, I acknowledge you are the one.
He said, I had my fill with you because he didn't disrespect him. I've had to fuck you, get out. He's like, I had my fill with you. And that was it.
But yet he's not gonna kick him out. He's not gonna.
What do you do? Because you can't.
Yeah, you can't. Because I think even Miguel was acknowledging that he is the Spider-Man.
Even though he was annoyed, like you said, like he was still like, I'm not going to insult you. Like I had my feel. I'm
walk
done
away
with
from
you, boy, man.
So is Miguel is he from an Earth that just happens to be set in the year 2099, or is he from Peter P. Parker's future? Is he his future Spider-Man? Because technically in this comic book, he is from the proper universe's future in Marvel.
So
Spider-Man.
I was thinking about that earlier on the way here. So I think it's its own timeline.
Yeah,
it has to be
like the way Spider Noir is probably the present, but they're just a little bit behind.
Because I was thinking about that. I was like, I remember reading a comic when I was younger, but I'm like, if this is set to like the future of like you said, the current Spider-Man, how does that work? Like, how is this guy is he coming from the future to help, or is he like, no, it just has to be his own set?
I feel like in this movie, he like technically he would be the future Spider-Man from Peter B. Parker's future. Yeah. But I feel like in this movie, I feel like that'd be too complicated.
For the space and time, I guess.
I feel like
quantum.
He's from
quantum math.
Yeah, he's just from a different Earth, and it just happens to be the future.
Because I ask those questions all the time. Because I think like with quantum physics, like it's space and time.
Yeah.
So like they're going to different spaces, but with different timelines. Yeah. I know. I'm trying to put it together. Trust me. I got to look at the word quantum, but like I think that's what it is. Like you said, Spider Noir is like what 1930s or something like that.
But for them, it's technically the present.
That's their them.
I'm so sorry, man. You killed Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's good. See,
like Miguel had his feel of Spider-Man, and so so did you.
Yeah, man. My bad. I actually like this guy. So that's why I think it's what it is. Like I said, they all connect somehow, some way, because they all either a Peter or this. Well, no, I lied. Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or
Right.
Spider-Girl. So I think that's how that worked to maybe answer that question that you was asking. Like, how's this guy this time? Is he from that? It's a weird math. You got to know quantum physics.
Right.
I hope I sound smart enough for that.
you lost me at physics. You had me with quantum, but you lost me at the physics.
Oh yeah, hey, that shit's hard, man. I don't know about deltas and stuff like that.
What do you guys think about the Scarlet Spider?
Him being all emotional and shit.
Dude,
That shit was funny.
Andy Samberg
Yes.
was the perfect
Yes.
choice to play.
Perfect.
The way you're like, all right, now I'm in the alley. Now I'm looking over here. Now I'm looking at the wall. Now, like, I'm thinking about my drama. Like if there was anybody that Miguel should have had his feel of,
Yeah, it should have definitely been him.
But he was Miguel's boy. He was
Yeah.
like, dude, I trust your ass to go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like
he was
him,
part of his squad.
like,
yeah.
this
like I understand that Peter B. Parker's annoying, but Scarlet was dude. I was
Yeah,
like,
drama queen.
like that's really dramatic. But obviously he's a soldier.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he's a-
yeah.
Ben Riley was getting to it.
I
man.
thought that they were. I thought he was gonna acknowledge that. Did he mention that I might be a clown? But he didn't. We didn't have that clown. That,
Yeah,
that
no.
No, they ain't mentioned on this
conversation.
movie. No,
I
no,
wonder.
sir.
I wonder if they're gonna mention that in the next
Yeah,
one. Like
I thought that could be a
I
running
might not
joke.
be the real Peter Parker.
Yeah, that could be a definitely.
I thought they were gonna
running joke.
mention it, but
Yeah, I
I'm
thought so,
sure.
too.
I'm sure the Spider-Man fans that hated that comic book storyline probably don't want to go into it again. But I like Scarlet Spider's suit.
Yeah.
I've always
Oh,
liked
yeah.
his
Yeah, he
design.
look cool. Yeah.
I thought he was one of the coolest suits. Donald Glover, man. When you saw Donald Glover, what did y'all think about that cameo?
Let's go. That's all
I-
I did was let's go.
Yeah, I was like, because remember he was rumored like a decade ago that he was gonna be Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is in
No.
this movie.
The creator of Miles Morales acknowledged that it was that skit that he did on YouTube.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
He said that inspired him to create Miles Morales.
Yep.
Donald Glover gets
Yep.
the credit. He helped create Miles Morales.
And even in
Really?
the show Community,
It
I'm
all-
watching it right
yeah.
now, and it's basically
Yeah.
show. Of course, he wear like Spider-Man suits like that. And I remember when that show was out at the time,
Right.
it was a reference to that YouTube video
Yeah.
that you just mentioned. Like,
Really?
everyone wanted him to be Miles Morales.
Yeah,
I think it would've
and
been
that's
perfect.
why I thought he was on the movie.
Yeah,
When I
he
first
was-
I go, I know why he's here.
And it all came full circle. That,
And he was just a
that was
prowler.
playing, like the Prowler and stuff.
Yeah.
When he was on Homecoming, he was
Yeah.
like, hey, I got a nephew out here.
Yeah.
And so that first little Miles
Yeah.
mention, and that then which led into Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
which now go full circle
Ta-da.
again. Now
Yep.
he's in the Prowler uniform. Like
Yep.
it's on your camera
Yep.
right now.
Oh,
There,
bam.
yeah, there
Damn
it
it,
goes.
it goes
So
on,
we
it
missed it
goes.
again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Why we seeing this?
That's it. But
Oh,
he was,
God,
but
no.
he, but that they had that moment where Donald Glover was just minding his business, and he's like, you know, it's rude to stare, right? Like,
Yeah.
he was like, damn, this is what my uncle looks like with hair and. and
These hair jokes, too.
So it's like that. Also, that conversation also messed with a lot of fans. And Ricky, let me know if you agree with this. The question is, like, why is it that when a person comes from another universe in this Sony line, like when Peter Porker comes into any other universe, he's still a cartoonish kind of a character.
Yeah.
The way Miguel was drawn, the way everybody was animated, they still keep like Spider-Punk is the best example.
Yeah.
Oh,
his,
that's great.
his changing colors and stuff was still happening no
Yeah,
matter
that was
where he
neat.
was.
Yeah.
But in Far From Home, like because they were all human. I know, but Donald Glover, you know, he was still in his human form.
Right.
Would it have made more sense that you would change depending on what universe you were in, or do you like the fact that they stayed the same
Oh, no, it's-
no matter where they were?
Yeah, no, I like
they
the
earned
fact
that
that they were their original selves.
Because in any other movie, you would change
To that universe.
wherever universe you're
Yeah.
going to.
Well, I was gonna say, if you go back to the Lego Spider-Man, when he opens up his wrist, you see 2099 still in his cartoon form, like in his animated style.
Wait, say that again? Is it?
Whenever it goes to the Lego universe, you see like Peter Parker open up the wrist and he's talking to 2099, and he's still in his animated form.
Oh,
Well,
you're talking about the Lego?
Yeah.
You mean,
Yeah.
the Lego? Yeah.
And his little thing was like in that universe.
Yeah, he was still the same. Yeah. So I mean, like back in the day, like any other movie, like if you get sucked into a certain universe, you would
you're a part of
change.
it.
You would adapt. Your skin would change to that universe. But in this, it's like no. It's in Spider-Punk's universe, the colors change and stuff all the time. But except for in Gwen's universe, and when Gwen was in her, because the artists already acknowledged that they were doing a lot of the they were acknowledging like the style and stuff, the trans flag colors and the mood, and in her universe the mood would change depending on what was happening in the scene. Like you notice that when she was having that conversation with her dad, when it was awkward, the colors were a certain way.
Yeah,
the second they hugged, the colors changed. Like the whole her universe was like a mood ring. It would it would change depending on what was going on, and that didn't happen when she was in any other universe. When she was in anybody else's universe, her skin didn't change like that. But when she was back in her universe, the skin, the colors would change a lot. So that rule obviously don't affect everybody. But Spider-Punk, he was like, it don't matter where the fuck I am.
That dude's an anarchist though. He don't give a damn.
I
don't like consistency.
It's a metaphor for capitalism.
Yo, I was digging his character though. That was funny, man.
Dude, when
this baby's an anarchist.
Peter Parker's baby. Taking the shit on the establishment. I salute you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Dude, Spider-Punk was a fool.
Oh, man, my son loved the part. So we were watching it last night, and the part when Miles was talking to his dad, but as Spider-Man. He was sitting there talking.
I know you're talking about.
And he's like, I don't know what to do with my son, blah, blah. Maybe you should stay off his
ass. His ass.
Maybe you should get off the kid's ass. He's like,
oh, man, we were dying laughing at that part.
Let's reset one last time, Rick, real quick. All right. But let me go to 3. I'm glad you brought that up because that brings me to the one last thing. I love the fact that part 1 was about him, his connection with his dad, with Miles and his dad. Part 2 was focused on Miles and his mom.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they switched it up and it was like the relation. Like even when he was going to school and trying to get on time, when he was fighting Spot, he had to make it to that meeting.
Yes.
Right before that meeting ended and everybody left, the counselor was like, your son lying to you, right?
Yeah.
Like it was about the mom and more on this one. So
and
is that
cool, the relationships that he has?
Yeah.
I mean, Miles has already gone through it, losing his uncle, and there's a chance that he might lose his dad.
Yeah.
What's the chances of something happening to his mom?
Man, high.
The world's reverse.
Extremely high.
You think it was a chance he might lose his? But he's already lost his uncle. He's already had his Uncle Ben moment, and he's trying to prevent it from his happening with his dad.
What if that's a plot twist though?
If they switch it up, Rick, what do you think? But when you were resetting, we was like, part 1 they were focused on his relationship with his dad. Part 2 it was his relationship with his mom. Is his mom at risk? What do you think the chances? You don't think his mom's gonna die?
Nah.
You don't think that's gonna be a plot twist for the next movie, man?
Because the whole time we trying to save the dad, then we saved him. Oh damn, mama, no.
Yeah, because think about in the comic books and video games, his dad's gone.
Yeah.
But let's not follow that. Let's change it up. Because everybody knows the answer, right?
Well,
everybody know the answer.
Because I mean, if you think about it, even in the comics, like Aunt May has died before.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Spider-Man's
So you can do that.
mother figure.
True.
So it's very possible that can happen.
Let me throw you another.
This is why we got universes.
Let me throw another monkey wrench in the works. I don't think the Gwen's dad quitting thing changes a damn thing.
You don't think so?
Oh.
Think about it.
I think so.
She said, "Wait, you quit? You're not a cop anymore? When did you decide that?" In the middle of that conversation. He didn't turn in his letter of resignation. The universe don't know he quit.
He's technically a cop.
Letter of resignation to the universe is hilarious.
He ain't turning in shit. He ain't turning a goddamn thing.
Universe,
I quit. Until he says that, he is still up for grabs. While Gwen is like, I'll be back, I'm gone. That dude could get hit by a bus. That dude is gone. You laughing.
You evil, man. Why you gonna kill him, man?
Dude, Gwen's gonna go back and save her boyfriend, come back. Your dad got hit by a bus. Where was you?
Hey, hold on. By the way, I don't know about y'all. Do y'all think that's kind of weird that she kind of it's kind of like liking you, right? That's how I'm looking at it.
Like what? Wait, say.
Well, Gwen liking Miles and Miles liking Gwen. It's kind of weird.
What do you mean by that?
Because they the same people, but they're not the same people. You know, it's just different versions of themselves.
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, stay still, boy.
No, it's not. No, it's not like Loki where he's dating another variant of himself.
That's weird.
Now that's weird.
Yeah.
I'd
Even
still
Deadpool,
do it
that's weird,
though.
too.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, if I found a female, man, I'm like, who would know me better than me?
Yeah. Oh my.
You know what I like
God.
me. You know what I like me. And I know what you like you.
Because even Deadpool's kind of like with Lady Deadpool, he's all like, nah, that got weird. when they talk about it in the Deadpool court, man.
But
like,
with Gwen, no, it's a totally different person. It's not a variant of him.
Yeah,
I
I think they're similar in enough ways and different in enough
And I
ways.
guess because
Nah, if he makes out with his doppelganger, that'd be weird.
That'd be a crazy twist. Like, well, didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Miles kissing Little Bow Wow. That's weird.
No, I just think that until her, I mean, if all he has to say is I am no longer a cop, like if that's enough for the universe, you can lay it down. That's fine.
Nah, man,
But
I respect your space, bro.
if that's enough for the universe to affect the canon event, then that's fine.
Okay.
How is Miles gonna convince his dad to quit?
I don't know.
I don't think he
I
can.
agree.
Yeah,
Like,
I
think all of us
can't
agree
see
that
that.
His dad, look,
hard.
and his dad is you know who voices his dad, right?
Who's that?
Did you ever see Bullet Train?
Yes.
The black dude.
Paperboy?
Paperboy.
Yeah.
Paperboy.
Oh, Paperboy. That's all you have to tell me.
And the second I saw that in IMDb, I can't
that's
unsee
too
it.
cool.
I can't unsee it now. I'm like, yeah, that is his voice. But I love his dad in this movie. He's like, you come from a struggling home. Like, I'm about to be captain. I don't know about
I know about
struggling.
I mean, I'm doing all right.
I'm doing all right now.
And there's New York money too. Shit.
Yeah,
I'm kind of pimping.
Like struggling. Like you got me fucked
You're
up.
struggling.
Yeah,
You're a teacher.
yeah,
You
all
struggling
right.
him with them shoes. You
All right,
step the
yeah.
game up a little
All right,
bit.
guidance counselor. I'm struggling. Look at you.
I'm a New York cop. Bitch,
Yeah.
a couple more years to get this pension. I don't want to hear that.
But I don't know. I feel like he wants that job so bad. It's gonna unless Miles tells him, I'm Spider-Man, and look, you, or they're gonna figure out how to disrupt a canon event before it gets that far.
That's gonna be a tough thing to do.
That's a tough sell.
Speaking of go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the reveal of Miles saying I'm Spider-Man to his dad, that might be the only thing that's gonna be jarring enough to be like, wait, you have to stop being captain because, bam, like it's me. I'm telling you, like, listen to me.
Miles. Did you say that I need to get off your ass? Did you say, boy?
Oh, that'd be fun. Take his gun
I was
off.
messing with Chad because I was telling my wife this too when I was watching the movie, like because he really wanted to tell his mom that and he did, and I was like, because she's Puerto Rican and he's half Puerto Rican, and I was all like, what if you go, yo soy aracno hombre? He said I'm Spider-Man in Spanish, and Chad was like, you racist. I was like, no, he's half Puerto Rican, he can do it. They was speaking in Spanish the whole time. Yeah, I was just making jokes about it though, man.
After the fact, I found out. You guys know that the person who voiced Bow Wow version of Miles or Miles 42.
Yeah, Miles 42.
It was a different voice actor. It was a Dominican voice actor from Brooklyn.
Oh,
I looked. My wife looked at it. My wife always looks up those little things.
That she's great.
And I was like, I would have assumed that they would have just got old boy to do the voice of both characters, but no, they got a whole different actor.
Really?
Well, yeah, the way he said Morales. Like
I was just about to say, did y'all notice that? I'm Miles Morales.
Oh yeah.
That
that
indicates that his father might have been gone or at least in that universe, he's more heavily influenced by his mom. Yeah. Because he's more in touch with his Spanish speaking side. Like in the universe that we used to seeing him in, he's like
he's half and half.
He's not. It's like where we say here in Texas, Tex-Mex. He's like, I do it, but he's really leaning more. I'm sure, especially after his dad died. I'm pretty sure.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure it's like his mom embraced it more. Yeah. He's like, no, he embraced his Puerto Rican side way more. So, I know the second he said, I was like, oh damn, his accent is even different. Yeah, I'm Miles Morales. Like he rolled them R's, baby.
Man.
Them R's, he was ready.
My man eating them empanadas, Jack. Yeah. Miguel show love. Remember that?
Remember that Chris Tucker movie with him and Chevy, Money Talks? Remember that? Remember when we go to this party, you're not white, you mix, you half black, you half Puerto Rican. But I'm so excited about Beyond the Spider-Verse.
can't wait.
Before we wrap it up, let's go back to Spot real quick.
Okay.
Oh yes, please.
The bagel incident.
Did
y'all-
Bagel? He mentioned
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Dude,
That-
So you
I
hit,
went-
you hit me with a
I
bagel.
went-
and I'm
the
like,
level
damn.
of disrespect.
I went straight home, got on that movie, or went on YouTube and looked that scene up again.
He hit him with a bagel.
And yeah, I forgot about that when Miles
It's so
and
small.
when Miles and Peter B. Parker were like gonna get the computer and get
Yeah.
out of there. He's like, first I'm gonna get a bagel, and then we're gonna get out. We're gonna get the computer. We're gonna get out of here. And that scene was like, all right, I'll take the computer. Here, you hold the bagel. And then Miles like, I ain't gonna hold this bagel. Just that insignificant,
events.
that little bitty moment that meant nothing. Like just like how we didn't notice that
Fun.
spider glitch.
Yeah.
Now is the whole plot
That
of the
is
sequel.
crazy.
He was like, you hit me with a bagel. And I went back and I saw that scene. I was like, yeah, he straight up chunked that bagel right at old dude's head, man. like straight up.
Okay.
It went straight to him.
Yeah.
And he went, oh. I'm like, dude, that's our
Man got hit
villain.
with a bagel.
So I
Damn.
figured out the way it's gonna end now. So
Uh-oh.
Spot's gonna be going crazy, rah, going crazy in the next Spider-Verse movie. The next thing you know, Miles is gonna come in with a box of bagels. Here you go, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, gonna be lox and
take
bagels or
these-
just regular bagels?
Here, take these bagels, man. Then the movie's over. Spot's gonna calm down. And
I'm gonna come down.
go
Give me
home.
give me
That'd
lox
be
and
funny.
bagels. I'm gonna come
That
down.
would- if it takes a bagel.
Hey.
So the second time I watched the movie,
Yeah.
I was really trying to focus. And I don't know if maybe Ricky, because you've seen it 3 times, if you have a theory on this.
Man, you a good man, Ricky.
What little insignificant thing that we saw but didn't know we saw happen in Across the Spider-Verse that might be the whole plot of part 3? Because a dude getting hit with a bagel activated this movie.
chain event, yeah,
What
event.
little event do you think do you think do you have a theory on that? What's insignificant little thing that you think might have happened might be the whole subplot of part 3?
I think probably the whole going through different dimensions.
No, I
Might
mean,
be
but, like, is there any like any moment with a character that we might have saw like for a brief second, like something like that? Like, cause Spot, we only saw him for a brief second in part 1, getting hit with a bagel, and now he's our villain. Like, my question is like,
crazy.
do you think we had another moment like that where something, a person that came in the scene like high and by, is going to be the focus of part 3? Do you think we got a moment like that?
Not that I can remember.
Or maybe it was in our face the whole time.
Yeah,
We just don't know.
It been happening.
Miguel.
Nah, you trying to give the Miguel thing.
That's what
Miguel's a
I'm
villain.
saying.
Spot gonna help out.
I'm still sticking with that. Like that whole vampire thing that he did.
Yeah.
It's just so reminiscent of the Spider-Verse comic. Like they're gonna have to touch on that.
So,
Yeah, 'cause that was very
vampires.
brief.
Yeah. Or the shot thing. At the
Yeah, it
arm.
was very brief.
Both y'all theories, man. I think it's gonna connect. But what
I'm-
Chad's saying and what you saying, man.
It's funny to me how because we brought on the top of in the hour when we first started, we brought up Everything Everywhere All at Once. Isn't it funny how the whole everything was on Everything Everywhere All at Once everything was put on a bagel
Wow, ain't it?
on that too,
Wow, ain't it?
and then a bagel was what caused the whole chain of events in this one.
So that's funny. So bagels are tied to time travel.
It's,
huh?
it's,
Time
it's,
travel
there's
is dimension hopping.
there's something about
It's dimension
bagels
hopping.
and multiverse.
Y'all been watching Chuck and Larry's The Lean, you know, it's a circle. And that, you know, the bagel, it's a circle.
Yeah.
It brings everything together.
Yeah. And look, hey, and you might not have noticed there was another joke within a joke
Ooh.
of when Miles hit old dude with the bagel in part
Right.
1. I mean, come on, you got to get the joke. Like when you eat, let's say you hungry and you eat something, and after you eat it, what do you normally say? Oh man, that really
Hit the spot.
Hit
the
the
spot.
spot.
hit the spot. It hit the spot.
Oh,
That bagel hit the spot with a bagel.
Oh my!
I like this guy. You're funny. You're real funny.
No.
You really are funny.
And it,
I love
and
it.
it made the whole movie.
The man hit the
That's
spot.
wild.
Damn.
hit
That bagel damn shit.
I'm stuck on that.
It damn near hit the spot, didn't it?
Yeah,
It
you know.
and now
God damn.
he's gonna destroy everything.
Yep. Oh my god.
Like, hey, your actions have
Is that a
consequences.
dad joke or what?
Dude.
I don't know if it is or not. It's a good ass joke.
Your actions have consequences, Mr. Morales. Look, but I love these theories, man. The vampirism. My theory that that he's gonna have to convince the evil Miles to step up and hopefully convince him to become a hero. Before he gets out of there. How are we gonna convince Miguel to calm the hell down and not be so focused on these canon events and figure out there's another way?
Yeah.
They didn't show Kingpin, and where Miles is the Prowler, they didn't show Kingpin.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of wrapped. They wrapped that up pretty good because
he wasn't too important in the last movie either. I mean, he was there, but he wasn't
he wasn't
the centerpiece. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a good question though.
I was also wondering why they didn't show more Doc Ock, but I noticed in the second time I watched it, they showed
they showed a couple times.
They showed a couple of tentacles
in the background though.
I think they showed a Spider-Man that had his.
Yeah.
But I was they showed like the flashback and stuff. So I heard Doc Ock's voice. Hello, Peter. I heard his voice in there too. So I'm thinking in part 3 we might see Kingpin again. We might it might come back full circle with that collider. All right. Any other expectations before we wrap it up for part 3? Will Toby and Andrew make a proper cameo?
I think Tom is gonna come in there because if you notice, they had the other two that didn't have him.
Technically they just showed footage. They didn't technically have him.
But even
still
them showing,
them,
even them showing that footage was like, wait, y'all put this in here? Which, by the way, we were talking about the animation in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's normally weird to me when cartoons are mixed with humans, like when they're side by side.
Like Roger Rabbit.
Did you not love Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I just said that, Roger Rabbit. Space Jam.
Which one?
The first one. I ain't even see the second one.
The way they showed these characters, like next to Donald Glover,
it looked good.
It was so seamless. Like it just fit. It worked. So I can't wait for them. I know Tom Holland's gonna be the next movie.
You think so?
Yeah, they're just saving a big gun for last, man.
I mean,
you gotta put him in there.
After this one, it's going to be kind of hard to wow us. So that would be the last thing that they could do is to put an MCU like we know that the agreement between Marvel and Sony is that we let us take the lead with Tom Holland Spider-Man stories, and we'll allow you to use some MCU characters in your movies as well. Does that agreement extend to this animated movie? Because they did use Donald Glover.
Well,
that was the project.
Marvel owns Spider-Man again. Am I right?
No.
I thought they did.
Sony owns Spider-Man.
Still?
Sony will never, as long the agreement is, as long they have to be in production of a new Spider-Man movie within a certain amount of years, or the rights will revert back to Marvel. Or now Disney.
Because I remember hearing, but you were there when Stan Lee said they're getting that motherfucker back, right?
I know they were.
No.
I remember hearing them say that live here in Houston.
That's why they rebooted Andrew Garfield. That's why they made that one so fast because those rights were about to lapse. They were going to do Spider-Man 4. That didn't work.
Right.
Sony had to do something, so they went in production with the Amazing Spider-Man to reset the clock.
Yeah. Damn.
And then now there's a new agreement between Disney. So that agreement is working.
Hell yeah, these last couple movies are great.
I don't think Sony's going to break that agreement.
Right.
I'm just hoping that that MCU will allow Sony to use more like Iron Man or somebody other than what's been used within the agreement, like Donald Glover. That was used,
smart.
That was a character that was used within that joint venture between Marvel and Sony. I want a proper, like Captain America or something. I want an MCU character.
Yeah, I was hoping they were gonna do like a Spidey and Friends cameo, and then you see like Iceman come, or you see like Iceman.
Iceman! Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. I know you're talking about Starfire.
What?
Starfire, Iceman, Spider-Man. You are doing.
Didn't we see that version of Spider-Man somewhere? His Amazing.
Spider-Man's Amazing Friends.
I mean, we saw the comic book version of him in there. We saw he was probably there. But to see Starfire, what's her name? Is it Starfire?
Starfire.
Dude, you just
and
blew
Iceman.
my mind.
Hey, thanks to Ricky.
Starfire
Ricky.
and Iceman.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Well, check it out on Disney
I know
Plus.
Disney now owns the rights to
Yeah.
X-Men again. Now that they bought Fox,
Yeah,
Disney
they had to,
now
bro.
has it.
They had to, bro.
So for that, okay,
That's
if not
more TV
Tom
shows
Holland,
and
if not
movies.
Andrew Garfield, if not Tobey Maguire, what you just said, that makes a lot of sense. Even if Miles is like escaping again and going through universes and accidentally pops, because
The old TV show from back in the day?
that old TV that hasn't been used yet.
No. And they own it. You can watch it on Disney
It's right
Plus now.
there. It's like right there. They have to use it.
I mean, because it's not live action, it's animation. I mean, all you would have to do is just get the licensing agreement, and because now it's owned by
It's by Disney.
It's
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
owns it now.
Yeah, you can watch it on Disney Plus right now as we speak.
I mean, yeah, okay, you're not gonna let us use Tom Holland, though. You're not gonna let us use any Toby. Okay, let's use let's use that footage from that old TV show.
Spider-Man,
That's nothing.
Ricky, you a goddamn genius,
cut
sir.
paste. That's
Yeah,
cut and
that's
paste.
cut-
That's
yeah,
easy.
that's-
Like have him go through it and like you just like what the hell's
Oh
going
man,
on?
that guy's on fire.
I mean, the other Spider-Man versions of the other cartoons was used.
Yeah.
The Spectacular Spider-Man, he was
Yep.
in there.
Yeah. Oh man, I popped so hard for that.
That dude was like 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
He was.
I popped for that.
He was like, yeah, Peter, things get rough out here. Like, dude, why are you so short?
Man,
Like
boy.
Spider-Ham almost bigger than you. But so I'm like, damn, Ricky, dude, you just blew him.
Yeah.
Why haven't they used Iceman? Should have been like with that poor ass 1970s animation.
And that's what they had at the time, dog.
I mean,
Him and his
that-
draws, cold. That's why he cold.
At least that transition effect where the light go. At least that.
Yeah.
Something. A shout out or something. Damn,
They have
Spider-Man.
to. They have
I
to.
forgot about that cartoon. Damn.
Hey, I
That's
watched
a
the
good
whole thing
theory.
on Disney
I like-
Plus. That's a good one.
I like that.
It's a
That's
good watch.
okay. Spider-Man is made for that's a good one. I'm still hopeful that
Or that Spider-Man cartoon that was based off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Any other theories? We already said Miguel. The mask for Miguel is
yeah.
probably gonna slip.
Yeah.
He's probably the villain.
Yeah.
Spot.
Oh, why the universe got destroyed is really him doing that.
Yeah.
I think when the universe is all coming to an end, I think Spot's gonna be the thing
And
that's
you
gonna
notice
save it.
when he came to Miles, like our Miles' universe, he just ripped right through it. You notice that? It's like, damn, how you came in so gangster, everybody just come through his portal.
Yeah.
That's control right there. That's like control. He can just pop in and out like as he want to.
I love that scene when Spider-Punk and them were there to try to take Spot out after Spot had all that confidence.
Yeah.
And when he saw Miles was like, I'm gonna try something, and it was a brief little conversation. Spider-Punk was like, you need to use your whole palms next time. Like, how did
How would you
Spider-Punk
know
know
that?
anything about
His abilities?
his abilities? Because does Spider-Punk have electric powers? I don't think he had.
No, he
I
doesn't.
don't think so.
But for some, or maybe it's just a metaphor. Like, well, just try instead of using your fingertips, try to use your whole hands next time. And
Probably saw him from a distance.
it's probably what?
I say you probably saw him from a distance.
Oh yeah, he
Just
saw him trying to do it,
absorbing
and then Spider-Punk was like, next, like
Yeah,
use
he
your
was
whole
training
hands
him.
next time.
Yeah.
And then when it was serious, when he was trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Did you notice Spider-Punk
I
was
was
like,
like-
Spider-Punk
I
didn't
was
say
like-
anything. He was
Yeah.
he was in the background. He just looked at Miles and went.
Yeah, he was proud of
And
him.
Miles knew exactly what to do. He's like, like Spider-Punk.
He that dude.
Spider-Punk.
He was that boy.
He that dude.
He was like dude, when Gwen thought she was stuck and couldn't help anybody, and then her dad was like, when your friends showed up, gave you a little gift.
Spider-Punk.
Then Spider-Punk had like, I thought you. When did he have time to do that? Because I thought.
Remember he left?
Yeah.
But when he said I quit, I thought
Yeah,
he
he
took
threw
his
it. He
wrist
threw it
thing
off.
out
Yeah,
for a while.
Made his own. But he knows he made a bootleg one for her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why
what it
Spider-Punk
was.
Spider-Punk was stealing stuff the whole
Yeah, whole time.
Yeah, that more than thing.
That's why
He was
was
taking
stealing
technology
stuff.
the whole time. He was taking chips and shit. I was like, and Miles seen him. Was like, "What you doing, dude?" I'm like,
Man,
"Man,
you never know, man.
Fuck
Like,
that
hey,
shit.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
and you never know.
He was
Ta-da.
like, this probably don't do nothing. Don't worry about it.
yeah, right. Yo, bro.
He was,
Man, them complimentary, bro. Don't be all this damn snacks.
you just answered the he was making a thing.
He bootlegging the
He was
shit.
bootlegging a wrist thing the whole time.
So
that's
that's-
why he was like,
Take
I don't
your
need-
shit.
quit.
I got it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need this
and
anymore.
that foresight to use it to give it to Gwen. He probably took it off, gave it to the dad, glitched real quick, and like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and then went home.
Because he made a portal, took it off.
That portal. See, I assumed that portal was probably leading to his world.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna go to Gwen's world because he could see the writing on the wall. He was like, he probably, maybe he did go home and then decided to go to Gwen's world.
He made his own technology because they all smart. All the Spider-Mans are.
That's pretty smart.
Highly intelligent.
Spider-Punk was smart as hell. I'll give him that. That was very clever. And he was smooth as hell. How the hell are you cooler without your mask? He's like, I'm always been this cool. I've always been this cool, man.
Damn. I came out like this, bro.
All the Peter's like, really?
I thought he was gonna be my least favorite character.
No.
And when
He
stole the show.
He was too cool, bro.
Wait, was he there at the end when Gwen got the whole band back together again? Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Was he there?
He
was on that
Yeah.
roof. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have We're gonna have Spider Noir, Spider Ham. What's her name? The anime version. Penny Parker. Or
Oh, is her name Penny?
is her name Penny? I think her name was Penny.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Gwen.
Yeah, for sure.
The Indian Spider-Man.
Who?
Indian Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's a part of the clique now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no,
He better.
He owes Miles.
Yeah,
Yo,
absolutely.
you
My
better.
future father-in-law.
You
Hell
better
yeah.
be in the clique. Yeah. I've never seen my father so emotional. All he was doing was shaking hands. Like, I never seen my father so emotional. I was like, that's emotion. But
For that one, yeah.
for them, but that clique is huge now.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? Wait, Spider Noir, Spider Ham, Indian Spider-Man, Spider Punk,
Right.
Penny Parker.
Yeah.
Gwen
herself, cause she is
Spider B Parker.
Spider B Parker.
Yeah.
Of course he gonna be there.
They rolling,
Of course.
they rolling deep now.
Got some heavy hitters.
They rolling deep. I can't wait to see Nick Cage come back. I was kind of missing him. I liked his character.
Yeah. Spider Noir was pretty dope.
Yeah. We didn't get much on Aunt May on this one either. She retired in Florida.
Yeah, they showed that she moved. That was it. That was a cameo.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I guess that's all the theories. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Man, this movie's great. I'm going to be watching it again. It's coming. I'm going to watch it.
You gonna watch it for a second
I
time?
like I said, once again, I love the soundtrack and the animation. How they just mix everything together. Oh my God! And even with the music, it went with some of the scenes. Like all the scenes.
All the scenes.
Because the music got me more emotional than the scenes. I'd be like, I ain't crying.
Yeah.
And then you hear the speeches and things that happening. Oh my God! To me, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
What stood out to me, boy, I forgot to mention this earlier. The disrespect from Gwen's like using our first. Oh, so we using our first names, huh? Like they were set on hating her the whole time.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Well, different communities.
Yeah,
you
got to show some respect.
They said the same thing about Genki, and he had a little scene, and he was playing the game. Did you see that? He was playing the Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah.
Just playing as chill. He didn't do anything.
He didn't do shit, but what? He was winning that boys J's. That was it.
I was asking what little thing that we saw in this movie that's going to be a big thing in the third one. I bet that's going to be it. I bet Gwen's going to go back to Miles's parents and say, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Morales.
It's small, but it's going to mean a lot.
I think she's going to be more respectful in part 3. And it's like you said, it's small, but it's going to mean the world to them. Because they never solved that disrespect in this one. But I bet in part 3 she's gonna be like, "Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Morales," and I bet you that's gonna it's gonna mean the world. It's gonna mean the world to them. There's my theory for part 3 right there. All right, let's wrap up. We did it's a 2-hour. I know my spoiler talks. It kind of gets all over the place.
I know you got to edit, so it's gonna cut down probably like an hour and 50 minutes. Watch.
No, I'm gonna upload this whole thing. I ain't editing.
Word?
I don't feel like
shit.
I'm gonna just edit. I'm just gonna let it play. I'm gonna go down the line real quick. Starting with Ricky. Any final thoughts? Any theories? Anything before we wrap it up?
No, I'm just ready for this third part to come out. Hopefully, it comes out in 9 months. If not, I could see it coming out in the summer again.
And remind the people where we can find you online. If we want to holler at you.
On Twitter at @buzz_QS.
You said at Buzz_QS.
Yes.
All right, and coming down the line, hey, starting with you, where can we find you online? Appreciate you for being here, man.
I'm Chad, one half of the Fusion Hop Podcast. You can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, at the Fusion Hop Podcast.
And I'm Jeremy from the Future High Podcast, the other half, the cool half. I'm joking. Chad already gave you like the visuals and stuff like that. I'm gonna give you the audio, so you can catch us on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, what it called, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Bullhorn, No BS, or wherever you can find your podcast.
And you definitely can find them next year at next year's Comicpalooza. We gotta all be there.
For
we
sure.
gotta work that out.
Make sure that happens. And as always, guys, appreciate you for watching this. If you suffered through all of our craziness and wildness, I hope you enjoyed our take on the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse spoiler talk. Send us your theories, your questions, your comments, your concerns. What do you think is gonna pop off in the next one? Are you looking forward to it? Where do you rank this movie? Is it your favorite? Is it the greatest comic book of all movie of all time? Is it just the best Spider-Man movie of all time? Was it just okay, or did you not? There's some people out there who totally did not like it. You're not
weird.
You're blasphemy. But hey, if you like it, I love it. I know stuff like this is for everybody, but I'm glad that it's the reviews and everything for the most part. We're almost all of us on the same sheet of music.
Okay,
it was a good time. It was a good ride, and they Sony today also this week they acknowledged that it will just be a trilogy. The Beyond is where it's going. But I don't think that's where it's going to end. I think this will be a trilogy. But I foresee
you think
spin-offs.
they'll do the live action one?
Oh yeah.
I think there's going to be spin-offs. I think there's going to be a Gwen
alone. Oh yeah.
Well, there is a Madam Web movie coming out.
Well, no. I'm talking
really?
I'm just talking about the anime. Yeah, we know that one's coming. I'm talking about the animation stuff from this universe. I think.
Yeah, you don't want to bastardize.
I think Gwen is going to have a standalone.
That's cool.
And maybe Miguel, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is the end of this universe. I
or
think there'll
Peter
be
B.
some
Parker,
spin-offs.
which would be
Hey, Peter B. Parker.
Him,
That baby,
that
baby alone.
Baby Yoda. That could be their Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah.
And we know that if you
wow.
can get the kids like that baby was adorable.
That's
yeah.
their Grogu.
That's
Yeah,
their
you're right.
Grogu.
That's their Grogu.
That's the second she put that mask on, she was like,
Yeah, she was
let's
really
go.
pretty.
She's like, hey, don't tell your mom, but we about to do the damn thing. Yeah, we gonna make this money, Sony. But, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.